This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, host of the Philly Talk podcast, but we here with something different. It's Goat Talk, the podcast, probably the last one you'll get before the season starts, and that's why we got some guests. Why battle it out all day on Twitter? My fingers hurt. Let's talk about it. What's going on with you guys?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's goody? What's goody?
LB, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, man. You know, enjoying the weekend festivities. Ready to talk some football. We're a week away, less than a week away. You know what I mean? Y'all play Thursday, right, Dallas?
No, we play
Sunday night.
What time y'all kick
Oh,
off?
okay.
What time
Yeah.
y'all kick off on Sunday? Noon?
Yeah, no, 1. We play at 1. We play Detroit though.
Usually y'all get.
I mean, being excited about a primetime game week 1.
I mean, you know.
You get to watch y'all this time. Y'all go first.
Yeah, and just gonna be more eyes on the nice L you guys take from Brady and company. But let's talk about our week 1 matchups a little bit. But let's start with some news. Dallas finally made a signing, right? And they signed a Eagles legend. And I think a lot of Eagle fans are not really mad at what he's going to do for your team, but just who he is and what he's done for our team. You know, being an undrafted player, converted from tight end to left tackle, and being a staple of what the Eagles have been able to do throughout the whole offensive line. He's a Hall of Famer for sure. But what is y'all take? Or let's go with LB. How do you feel about the Cowboys signing good old Jason Peters?
I mean, I'm bothered by it. It's just the visual of him being in the Cowboys uniform for me, if you want me to be honest. I don't think he's going to he ain't going to be top 10 at his position. I mean, it helps them because they need depth, but he's a 40-year-old left tackle. I mean, it's Jason Peters. I'm not, come on. Just knowing that one of our greats is wearing a Cowboys uniform hurts worse than what he could possibly do to us on the field. I'm almost worried about what we're going to do to him if he make it to week 6.
There you go.
I'm gonna let Mike. Mike, you talk. I mean, your house.
So I kind of agree 100% with LB. It's the fact that who it is and what jersey he's wearing. Again, I don't think he had like a 70 PFF grade. Probably was the best player on the Bears offensive line, but when you're one of the worst offensive line, that's not saying much. Again, his thing is, how many snaps is he going to give you? That's pretty much it. Even at the tail end of wearing an Eagles jersey, he's done some decent things when he wasn't getting a false start. So the penalty started to creep up there. There's one thing you can count on: death, taxes, and a false start from Jason Peters at the end of his career. But it was the fact that he couldn't stay healthy. So that piece makes sense, but you're still going to have to rely on Tyler Smith because, listen, hopefully he does play a whole season or he can stay healthy. 15 games last year shows he did pretty well. Maybe it was the Eagles uniform that was keeping him injury prone at one time. We had our fair share of the injury bug, but I just don't see his body holding up at 40 years old, especially with the versatility at defensive end nowadays. The combo of strength and power and speed these guys have, it's a tough job.
Before we let our guests go, I will say this though. I do agree that every week Jason Peters doesn't play and he's just hanging around being able to teach guys. I think that's just as valuable because he only going to be able to do one or two things. He only going to be able to either be available to play if it come down to that, or teach guys if he ain't playing. At 40, I don't see him doing both. So I think he's more valuable just being around people rather than him playing. But that's just my take in a nutshell.
I agree. Tuck, you want to go? You want me to roll?
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
Nah, look, y'all pretty much laid it out there. I know the Twitter jokes got to fly. It is what it is. But Jason Peters he's the best insurance that was on the market. You know what I'm saying? I know you got Eric Fisher out there. You got some other people out there. But if you look, and I know y'all don't care enough to go look, but they put up all of his snaps it's like 8-minute watch, all of his snaps from the Bears. And you take into account that he missed 2 games last year because of COVID, not because of actual injury. I mean, we rolling the dice on an incredible insurance policy. I know he's 40, but just about 4 days before that, the Cowboys was out here saying, I wish we could sign Andrew Whitworth. And he's older than Jason Peters.
Right.
So if he would have walked through that door, nobody would have been bringing up age because in their mind, they just watched him walk off the field in the Super Bowl win. But they both still 40. So it is what it is. We need an insurance policy that somebody that really know football. And he literally said out his mouth before this is even in consideration, he want to go somewhere where he can teach. We got a rookie left tackle that he got a lot of learning to do since he ain't taking no left tackle snaps all camp. I think he got the physical attributes, but he got a lot of learning to do. So if you're bringing in somebody that's willing to teach, it's a win-win. I get the jokes. We ain't going to be able to stop the jokes. It's just going to have to be what it is. But at the end of the day, our left tackle tore his hamstring off the bone or something like that. What we supposed to do? Just roll with – I'm not rolling with the dude that had the fingers to his head in camp. We're not doing that. So we got to do something. we can't roll with that. So
he made the roster?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he made the roster?
Yeah. I can't argue for him. When you bring him up, I got to be quiet.
Go ahead, Tuck.
Nah, I mean, I think it's just payback for when we had to see DeMarco Murray in an Eagles jersey, right? So it just happens, But I feel like from the standpoint with Eagles fans or whoever needs to understand, like, this is not the savior signing for the Dallas Cowboys as far as the offensive line is concerned. He came out and just said a few minutes ago he probably wanting to be ready to around week 4 or week 5, right? So what he really is, he's that bridge guy, that case of emergency if something does happen to our rookie Tyler Smith. Now, what LB just said is the most important piece because Tyron Smith is going to be out doing his rehab. Like Rome just said, like he got to get his hamstring reattached to his kneecap. Some other things to worry about. So he's not going to have time to teach. And if you look outside of that, you have Josh Ball, who was the dude who got dome checked in camp. And then you have Matt Waletzko, who's been a huge letdown as well, who's a rookie, kind of an unproven guy. So you need someone to really be that voice for your rookie left tackle. So Jason Peters just off alone gives you that. Where I think he's really going to fit is in the locker room, being a mentor. But if something kind of happens and we need to maneuver, let's say, for instance, we need to push Tyler Smith back to left guard and then kick Peters out to left tackle, then you can kind of keep things afloat. But right now, because Tyler Smith is battling an ankle injury, so if he was to go down, all hell breaks loose. So this is kind of your insurance policy with the offensive line. You'll probably see Peters around week 4, week 5 kind of get ramped up, but it gives the Cowboys some flexibility. But this isn't our left tackle saver signing. It's just another depth piece.
Yeah, like I said, the options were limited. You're talking about a week, 2 weeks in from camp, and your left tackle goes down in practice. And again, whether Tyler Smith has a great season or a bad season, injuries happen to players. And the offensive line is always scary because they don't know what's going on behind them. They can go down just by a running back going into their legs and stuff. So it's definitely good to have depth there. And that's where,
this is a signing that should have happened why Tyron Smith was still healthy. That's from the Cowboys, though. Because we've been saying all year, get a left tackle, get a left tackle. Now, we thought that Tyler Smith was the ideal left tackle, but he was playing guard all camp. So we kept saying, okay, get a left tackle, get a swing guy. They never did. Like, we should have went and got Jason Peters ahead of the curve, but since here we are, it's still a good pickup for the Cowboys standpoint.
Let me let y'all peek behind the curtain. This is what happened. They said that they were in contact with Jason Peters before Tyron Smith went down. But see, Stephen Jones think he can always pimp the financial game, and he didn't want to sign him until after the rosters was cut down so he can save money on that vested veteran, something stupid, because he always playing. So what
was the price? Did the numbers come out?
Numbers haven't came out yet. It's probably around 5 or 4.
If I know Stephen Jones, he ain't get a lot, or he wouldn't even brought him in.
Right. There have been some other options coming into Dallas.
Like, let's roll with Ball, because that's what we got to deal with. But we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah. Real quick, though, shout out to Skeptical Fan, Cowboys guy up in here with the $2.62 donation. He said, beat up Brady week 1, protect Dak's blind side. We also got Dom Taylor said, I'm getting negative early. Cowbums are coming in second. We'll see about that. EM Baller said, Dolphins fan here. I hate Dallas. Please beat them. Look, you got the hate from outside the division early.
Right.
Dolphin fan find his way in here and said, let me just say something about the Cowboys real quick. I ain't mad at them for sure. Cool Eagle said week 1 is a trip to the bathroom for Brady. And then we got one more real quick before we get going. Silverback with a $10 super chat. Just showing love, support. Also, LB platform won't let me send a super chat.
I'm gonna check on that, bro. I don't know what's wrong with that.
Yeah, that's crazy. So let's get into this matchup or just season in general. I think everybody on this screen believes that their respected team is going to win the division. Am I wrong to say that?
No, not with me. You already know how I give it up.
So
I don't know. You got to ask Tuck because Tuck is an independent thinker. He don't just roll with.
Yeah, I think Tuck said something on Twitter about he actually picked the Eagles to win a division or something along. I must have misread. There was too many tweets.
Yeah, I picked y'all to win the division way back in February, just off the simple facts that no one's winning a back-to-back situation. But here's what people have to understand. Let's reverse it. Let's reverse last year. All right. Y'all win the division. We played second in the division, right? We make the playoffs. Y'all make the playoffs. Y'all lose and we win one game. When we do this show next year, y'all gonna be saying, well, we won the division, right? So y'all gonna flip it however y'all need to flip it to make it coincide.
Well, winning the division is great. But that's not all we do.
It's the first. Yes, it's the first. Listen, right now, all we could worry about winning a division. But let me just be honest and say this: Matt, if we won a division and y'all came in the wild card and y'all went farther than us, I would have said we won a division. But I would have had to let you sit back and say we went farther than you, and I would have had to say good stuff.
No, y'all won't. If y'all sweep Dallas, win the division, we both make the playoffs, but we win a playoff game versus Green Bay, and y'all lose the first round. Y'all gonna still feel like y'all won the division.
No, y'all would have had a better season than us.
LB loves playoff games, so I know he'll probably say, because that's his measuring
stick. I do love playoff wins because how are you gonna have a Super Bowl without one? But this is the thing though. If y'all win a playoff game and we both go to the playoffs and we don't, y'all had the better season than us. Y'all advanced in the playoffs.
Y'all wouldn't say that though.
Whoever has the later draft pick had a better season.
What invisible praise do y'all want? What praise do y'all think y'all deserve? Y'all don't.
I mean, it's the same situation that we in right now. Y'all want a whole bunch of praise when y'all haven't beat the Cowboys in pretty much 2 years. Y'all didn't win the division.
Last time y'all beat the Cowboys.
Beating the Cowboys or not beating the Cowboys hasn't halted us from getting to the ultimate achievement.
What's the ultimate achievement?
The Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is the ultimate achievement. We've won more playoff games than y'all in the last 5 years.
But no, let's not cap it. Let's not cap it because I saw an interesting post on Twitter that when it comes to division, y'all are last in playoff wins out of all of us.
I'm talking about in the last 5 years, but this is what you guys have to do.
You can't. You
guys have to use the.
Y'all top boobing, and y'all know what top boobing is. Like I said on Instagram, it's the chick that only shows herself from the top up.
I don't get that. I mean,
body of work. I want to see the whole body.
Why do we have to show the whole body of work if it predates any of us being born? That don't even make sense.
Predate. It doesn't predate all of us. You don't predate the 90s.
Listen, there's nobody in here that's over 40. So what I'm saying at the end of the day,
it's 2022. Why do y'all want us to talk about the 60s to make y'all feel good?
I'm talking about the full body of work. If you are the most, you were established first before any team in the NFC East, and you're last in overall playoff victories, that's a red flag, bro. Like how is it? Yeah, it's a red flag if you talk about everything in its totality because that benefits you. Because you have more opportunities, because we went through that when we did the show. You have more opportunities. You were still longer. You were established before everybody, and you have the least amount of Super Bowls out the division.
Let me ask you this though. Okay, wait, real quick though.
So time horizon's been a lot longer, and you've done a lot less with the time horizon than any one division.
What have you done? You haven't done anything though. In a very long time.
If we have taken 25 years off of being mediocre or whatever you guys want to call us, you should at least doubled it.
But there's teams teams that have caught you though. It's hard to win a Super Bowl. We all can agree that.
Teams. This is the Eagles show versus Cowboys show.
We all can agree how hard it is to win a Super Bowl, all right?
It's hard to win a Super Bowl.
So it's hard to win a Super Bowl for y'all, but for us, that's the only standard that we're measuring.
Real quick. Let me see this real quick, LB. What name a show that you've watched in the last 10 years that talked about 1952, 1972? The NFL is forward thinking. It's forward thinking. Let me just say this too. It's two different eras.
It's built off the pillars of dynasties. The Giants. When you think about the NFL 100, right? You think about Bill Parcells, the dynasty. Cowboys dynasty.
What show? What show?
Who's still talking about these dynasties every week?
The 80s, the 60s. What show?
We do not get to this point. We do not get to this point where all this revenue is coming in. These players are signing all these mega deals without that dynasty of the Dallas Cowboys.
What are you talking about? That's poor management.
What are you talking about?
Poor management. What are you talking about? Are you talking about making a Forbes list? That doesn't matter.
J-Tuck. Is
So
football
Jerry
the
Jones
same?
didn't
Let
boost
me ask
it
you
in
this
the
though,
90s?
J Tuck. Is football the same in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, into the
It
2000s? Is
progresses.
football
It
the same?
progresses. It
It's
does
different.
progress.
And so check this out. The Cowboys have not found a way to win meaningful games in the new style age of football. You only won when football was one way. You haven't shown to be
When
what football
you
is becoming.
you just said that winning Super Bowls is difficult, right?
It is.
Cowboys haven't found a way to win a Super Bowl in the new era.
Championship game. You haven't found a way to get to a championship game.
We still have the same division titles. We still have a win. Our head-to-head record. We've been through this 100 times, bro.
Correct, but let me just tell you this though: the style of football is never going back that way. So we can forget that. It's a forward. Everything's forward thinking.
I feel you.
Forward thinking right now, the Cowboys.
Forward thinking right now, then we are the division champions. We swept y'all last year by a grand total of 90 points.
That is
we go back to 2020. We beat y'all by 4 with Andy Dalton, right?
That's correct.
So what's the forward thing?
Are you forgetting 2019 though? You got to talk about it all, right? What happened in 2019?
Okay, then y'all beat us in 2019. So let's go back to 2018. Let's go at 27. Like, let's keep backtracking.
Okay, well, J-Tuck, let me just say this real quick. You guys swept us. You were the best team in the NFC East. I ain't never dispute that. But what I'm going to say is this, though. The team that was the Dallas Cowboys last year, through my eyes. Now, you guys tell me how you feel.
About to tell a lie. I already know what you about to say.
All I know is that
you had team, Mike.
Listen, okay, you can defend it after I say it. There's no team in the NFL that has had a double-digit sack guy, a double-digit intercepting guy, a 4K quarterback, a 1K wide receiver, and a 1K running back. That has never been done, and you had that and didn't win a playoff game. So what I'm saying is, real quick, let me finish. My whole assessment of the offseason is this. We were building something last year, and we built it to a 9-win team who got beat down in the playoffs, and now we upgraded at everything we needed to upgrade. So I seen what I needed to see. We still got to see him play. However, what I see is a team that had everything last year and couldn't get a win and lost some of it this year. So to me, that is why I believe we're better.
Mike, I've been doing shows with you for 2 years. 2 years, right? I ain't never, last year before we came into the season, I did the pre-game thing with you and entertaining everybody. There was no, this is the best Cowboys team. It was none of that.
Right.
Mike Nolan is trash. Your defense is going to be so horrible. It's going to be historically bad.
Coming off the injury.
Now,
it wasn't bad though.
Best team.
It wasn't though.
And here's what y'all need.
That was what that Dallas Cowboys team. So we can't all agree that Dallas Cowboys team is one of the best offensive teams in a very, very long time in the NFL.
Not with Dak with a messed up
calf. Because
with a messed up calf.
You were top 5 offense.
Here's what y'all need to understand.
It was a great offense last year.
And he was not. He was not a great offense last year. And here's
why weren't you a great offense?
Here's what we got to understand, right? Because a lot of people, why were we not the favorites playing the 49ers in the playoffs? Because a lot of our offensive, no, we was not.
Vegas said you were.
Vegas, no, we were below in Vegas.
Mike, you live in.
I think y'all were the favorites at home in a home playoff game.
Every analyst picked against us.
What
about Vegas? What about Vegas?
Here's what y'all don't. All right, y'all got 2 different comments. Right. So case in point, last night, I'm a Florida State fan, right? LSU was the favorites by the line. Vegas was putting all their money on Florida State last year. So who does Vegas really believe is the favorites? Can't go off the line. Where are the sharps putting their money? That tells the real story.
But you want us to believe the
commentators? But you want me to listen to ESPN and analysts like that who just want to get their hot take out there.
No, I'm just trying to say every analyst across the board had us losing, right? What I'm trying to explain is when it comes to our offense, good about the Eagles. Right? Our offense production, as far as the numbers, if you look at what we did in the division versus outside the division, it was completely different. Our numbers were inflated because of y'all. That's where our numbers were inflated from. That's where our offense.
So y'all were imposters.
Hold on. There's 17
if you follow
games.
my channel, I was telling everybody our offense isn't as good as we thought it was, and that was after the Washington game. Everyone can attest.
So
our offense wasn't as efficient as everyone thought we was. We beat up on y'all twice. We beat up on the Giants. We beat up on the Washington first game, struggled the second game, and then there was Atlanta. Those are where those offensive numbers really boosted from. But look at what happened versus the Cardinals. Look at how that game was a Chargers, Chiefs. The records, the offense explosion was completely different, even on Thanksgiving. Y'all are the reason our offensive numbers were inflated.
Well, let me just say this. Regardless of why it was inflated or not, you can only go off what you provided in last year. And actually the last 2 years, you've been one of the better under Dak, right before Dak got hurt, and last year, you were one of the better offenses in the league. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is no team has ever done what you guys done from a turnover to offensive running, passing, and receiving. So I'm gonna ask you this again.
But we just
you
got
can
our
say
defense,
Dak's gonna get better.
That just showed up.
Right.
That's what wins games. Our defense just threw into itself.
They just emerged. They kind of came out of nowhere. Nobody had the Cowboys going from historically bad, which they were in 2020 under Mike Nolan, to being and clean up the turnover margin under Dan.
I remember y'all talking about how bad
happened out of nowhere.
LB, before you go real quick,
our Cowboys defense is really that good. I feel like our offense was our strongest defensive point last year. Because we got a lot of character because of that. Because y'all know y'all couldn't continue to run the ball because our offense.
Y'all got good offensive tape out there. This is why people bet against y'all, because they know you're going to fold. It's just inevitable. It's just who the Dallas Cowboys are. We got to keep it a buck. Y'all don't win when they get cold. I've been betting against y'all for the last 20 years because I've been winning. That's why people bet against y'all. Y'all had a good offense last year, but we know that when that good offense is going to run out of steam, y'all stay with a good offense.
Because it was against y'all. Y'all don't understand that. Didn't we beat y'all by a total of 90 points last year?
Y'all did.
So where the offensive numbers coming from? That's a huge boost as far as scoring.
You scored 90. You didn't beat us by 90. Come on now.
You scored 90 points.
I'm not gonna let you do all that.
Offenses do that though, man. That wasn't the only 2 blowouts of the season.
And guess what though?
Who else got swept by a total?
I never heard of a team saying
one
we
of
were
the
good.
games
We were
was
good
backups,
because the competition was bad.
One of the games was backups. Let's not forget about that. Y'all bragging about throwing 5 touchdowns on Dallas to make the team.
There's no excuse to lose to Jimmy G at home.
There's no excuse to lose to Jimmy G at home. So did Dak play that entire last game?
Let's see if T go real quick. Go ahead.
I want to ask LB and Mike.
Backups. We talk about backups
because it wasn't backups.
You can ignore the last game all you want to. That first game is what we talk about. But this is what I've heard you guys say. I've heard you guys say we didn't even know how to run the ball, and then in the second breath you'll say Nick Sirianni is the best coach in the division. How can't you figure out that you need to be running the ball?
I'll take this one, Mike.
Yeah, please take it, because you know who's been overrated, super overrated. This is why y'all not gonna go where y'all want to. It ain't the talent. It's y'all bum coaching staff. They both trash.
Okay, so what do you want? Also, you want us to address the coaches and why I think our coach is the best in the division?
Yeah, because please tell me how he better than a coach that just swept him. I would love to hear.
Because Ron Rivera, we're gonna start with the Giants. We're gonna start with the Giants. We're gonna start with the Giants. That dude is just unproven as a coach. So Nick Sirianni, he's already had a playoff game as a head coach. So by default, I would say Nick Sirianni is better. Ron Rivera has had 3 winning seasons in like 12 years. Ron Rivera is probably the most overrated coach in the National Football League.
I co-sign that.
You guys as coach just don't show up. You guys as coach is just known to just not be good in critical moments. Clock management, penalties. You guys have the most undisciplined head coach in the National Football League. Now we can talk about how
run the ball, but it's cool.
So how is those things not showing? Because even in 2020, without his starting quarterback, he was damn near on the brink of making the playoffs with that bad team with Dalton Schultz, or not Dalton Schultz, but Andy Dalton and the new team. And then last year he goes 12-5. So how do you assume that?
But did he make the playoffs? Okay. Not even. Okay, last year the QB sneak at the end of the game. Do I got to say more? What other coach would even okay that? What other coach would okay losing in that fat?
What other situation was there?
So now it's Kellen Moore
to throw a 60-yard Hail Mary.
So he just sitting there. So your coach just sitting there while Kellen Moore doing that. That's why I think we got the best. We got the best head coach by default. By default, he just uses better common sense.
Well, let me just say this about Mike McCarthy.
Wait. Have Jalen Hurts drop back, just throw a Hail Mary and throw an interception in the game. That's what that was
talking about. Having Dak Prescott do it, who y'all believe is a top 10 quarterback. Yes, throw it up. Throw it up. Throw it up.
Let me ask Lil Brunson a question. You know, I know you know Dak a top 10 quarterback. When y'all did y'all countdown, when y'all got to the Dak question, it's just like on ESPN. Y'all couldn't even finish y'all statement without giggling. You know he a top 10 quarterback. You just think it's funny.
I got him at 11. I got him at 11.
11. Yeah, 10.5.
We were laughing because we both honestly believe he's not. And it's funny that we really feel that way.
Yo, listen.
It's hilarious.
And I said, look, prior to Dak getting hurt, right? I had Dak at my number 9. Dak was 9. He was inside of top 10. Last year, through the trials and tribulations of carrying that contract.
It was his best season last year. Last year was his best season. So how did he go from 9 and come back and play better after the injury and drop to 11?
There's 10 quarterbacks better than Dak Prescott. Why do we got y'all?
But you got all them.
Y'all believe
against the NFC East.
No.
Wasn't that good?
Do you believe?
J Tuck said it. What are you talking
Do you
about?
believe?
Now?
Does anybody here believe that Dak Prescott is better than Russell?
Hold on.
And that is ludicrous. And that is ludicrous.
Pause. Mike just said it. He just said it. He says the Cowboys do not beat winning teams. Who the hell are y'all? Did y'all not make the playoffs last year?
Our quarterback is rated in the 20s. At 17, I didn't say ours is top 10.
You weren't a team last year, right?
We weren't a winning team when y'all beat us, though.
What do you mean?
So just because we ended up being a winning team after y'all beat us, that's how you counting it?
The Saints were a winning team, so we beat a winning team too. They finished with a
winning record when we beat y'all in order for it to count. So even y'all were a playoff team that we beat, that don't count.
Okay,
y'all had to be a playoff team. That's what I'm saying.
You can have it. You beat the Eagles,
zero
who are a winning team.
Y'all, bro. The world does not give us any credit. That's why, Mike, I had the conversation with you way back in February. I wanted y'all to have the offseason that y'all did because it'll apply pressure on the Cowboys.
You beat a winning team, but you don't.
Go ahead, Mike.
I would like to see you beat the Cardinals. I would like to have seen you beat the teams
why see us beat the Cardinals when you saw us beat the Eagles? We beat you.
You beat one winning team.
This is the reality. This is the reality. You've always been on our level. You've always been on our level. You've always been there. You might look like you better than us, but you don't beat the good teams that signify that you're not a good team.
What good teams y'all beat last year?
Yeah,
the same amount y'all did.
Nope.
We beat the Chargers. Y'all beat the Chargers.
Chargers didn't have a winning record.
We didn't beat the Chargers.
Oh, they didn't have a winning record. They didn't have a winning record.
Or they were 9-8. They were 9-8. Yeah, you're right.
What was the Patriots?
Not they had a winning record too.
Oh, okay. What was y'all?
At the end of the
day, we beat the Panthers. The Panthers had a winning record.
We beat the Panthers too.
No, we knocked them off.
But did y'all beat the Broncos? The Broncos beat everybody in the division except us, and they had a winning record.
So we beat 3 teams with a winning record outside of y'all, including y'all, but those don't count. Y'all supposed to beat the Cardinals.
J Tuck, you guys had the better season last year. My thing is this, though. Let's get back to the topic. We're talking about LB brought up Dak Prescott being top 10. Y'all mad that I went from 9 to 11? That's not hater in me. The fact of the matter is,
I'm saying how did he go from 9 to 11 after he improved? He improved.
One of the reasons because Stafford dropped into top 10 for me, right? So by default, he would went back to 1. And let's get back to this. Hold on.
When did he drop in? When he won? When he won the
Super Bowl.
Okay, now he's in. Okay, cool. That's what's up.
He's always been a great quarterback. Let's not act like
I think anybody that can come out
the
their
last
mouth
10 years.
Let's say Russell Wilson ain't better than Dak Prescott.
I gotta ask you. Yes, Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott?
You said playoffs better than most. When they met in the playoffs, Dak beat Russell Wilson.
So you got Russell 11?
He below Dak. I don't care where he at. He below Dak because he beat him.
That's ludicrous to me.
That's your rules, though. That's your rules.
What you mean? Russell Wilson
you got Jimmy G.
Russell Wilson been in the Super Bowl 2 times.
You got Jimmy G then. We got Jimmy G.
Like 15.
So how is Jimmy G 15? He's been to a Super Bowl. He beat Aaron Rodgers. He's been battle tested.
Jimmy G is 15 in my opinion because I think I had Jimmy G 12 or something like that.
He had him higher. I think
I had Jimmy G 12 or something like that.
But how is he? But he got all those accolades and all those wins and those playoffs.
I'm gonna tell you why because he don't have the arm talent as the guys that's ahead of him.
Oh, so
the arm talent is just it's a huge gap in between arm talent. I know Jimmy
G wins football games.
He do.
So why is he
beat y'all in the playoffs?
So why Lamar Jackson in the playoff games when he's 15?
He ain't got no arm talent compared to.
How was Lamar Jackson? No, Lamar Jackson's. Come on. We know why Lamar Jackson is the top. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Just because I don't believe Dak in there. That's the MVP you talking about?
Huh?
Hold on, wait.
Lamar Jackson is an MVP.
He has an MVP.
I just want to know how Jimmy G 15 if
Jimmy
winning playoff games and going to Super Bowl.
It shouldn't matter though because I don't have him higher than Dak.
Was able to come in with a loaded team and just jump in.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter why I have him 15 because he ain't higher than Dak. You just want to know why he's so high and why he's so close to Dak.
I'm just trying to set the
ground. Is Russell Wilson better than Prescott? Yes or no?
Is Russell Wilson better than Dak Prescott?
Is he a better player?
I feel like they're right there. They're a push. I feel like
that's the cap. That is the cap, bro. That is the cap. I can't take it no more.
Absolutely not. I feel like when it comes to Russ and to Dak, they're a push to me. To be honest with you, I will say this. I felt like Russ was always Dak's kind of ceiling. Like that was the aiming point to get to. And I feel like
Russell Wilson is elite. Russell Wilson is elite. He's been elite for a very, very long time.
What was Seattle's record last year?
Russell Wilson was hurt. Russell Wilson been doing this for 10 plus years, yo. Russell Wilson been doing this for 10 plus years.
Dak was hurt last year. Y'all never bring that up.
When was Dak hurt? What games did Dak miss? Russell Wilson missed games.
Dak missed games the whole season in 2020.
Last year when Dak had the number one 1,000-yard guy, 4,000-yard guy, how many games he missed last year?
One.
Dak missed one game last year?
Yeah,
Russell was like 5.
He crawled his happy ass out there in the last game of the season to get them stats, though. So I'm assuming he was healthy going into the playoffs. Russell Wilson, just the difference. Russell Wilson's injury crippled Seattle.
21-6 in the fourth quarter, though. So that's what Dak didn't play in the fourth quarter in that game.
Russell Wilson better than Dak Prescott. We can't do that. We can't do that.
So Legion of Boom, Legion of Boom, that don't matter.
No, it don't matter. The Super Bowl winning quarterback is what matters.
No, but it's awfully funny. As soon as that defense got broken up, we never saw Russell Wilson do anything again in the postseason.
You've never seen Dak do anything ever, though.
He beat Russell Wilson. I seen it with my own eyes. I was there.
My God. This is what I'm talking about.
How can you say one never did nothing in the playoffs?
At one playoff win. Look. That's why playoffs matter, Tuck.
But I'm saying the person he beat the person that you're talking about. It's such this elite standard.
I mean, that happens though, because Dak ain't trash. That can happen. But can Dak get to a Super Bowl 2 years in a row?
If you give him the Legion of Boom, absolutely yes.
Now he needs the Legion of Boom. All right. I guess we're gonna talk about the Legion of Micah, right?
Really good last year.
I guess we're gonna talk about the Legion of Micah, right?
Hey, LB. What did Russell do to help them win them get to them Super Bowls?
We building it.
Russell Wilson managed the game beautifully.
He
didn't turn the ball over. That's what he did.
On the bus, and he watched Richard Sherman and them drive him to a chip.
So you're saying a defense can't carry a quarterback to the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady
he
was just winning by a
everybody else respect
defense.
I like Russ. I got him in my top 10.
He corny, but I like him.
You got Dak and Russ in your top 10. So who's on the outside looking in?
Derek Carr is. I'll tell you that. You put Derek
Jimmy
Carr.
G.
No, he didn't.
I didn't put Derek Carr in my top 10.
I got Jalen Hurts outside the top 10. I got Joe Burrow outside the top 10.
See? Why is Joe Burrow out of the top 10 and Dak in?
Burrow got carried through the playoffs too.
He got carried.
What? Yo, these Dallas guys are wild. Joe Burrow got one of the most talented arms in today's game.
Nah, bro.
That ain't got nothing to do with his playoff run.
What about the playoff run? When him and Jamar Chase was carving shit up? He had no offensive line.
Glass slipper about to fall off. Let's respect him.
And show you the stats. He had games he didn't even throw a touchdown.
So y'all hating on Joe Burrow because we don't got that guy.
I'm not hating on him.
Hold on. But look. You say Dak Prescott's offensive line was the reason they lost to the Niners. This man's offensive line was poo-poo the whole playoff run too.
It ain't just because of the O-line, Mike.
He got sacked 8 times and still won.
No, our team ain't show up. The whole team ain't show up. I ain't never
against San Francisco,
including Dak Prescott.
Show up. I'm not making
he threw interceptions that game. Dak Prescott's stat line was bad in that game.
Yeah, it was better than Aaron Rodgers versus the Niners, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Right.
Why y'all always keep trying to compare y'all guys to other guys that have a bad game?
We was having a top 10.
Is Aaron Rodgers better than Dak?
Oh no.
Yeah,
please do not mention Aaron Rodgers and Dak in the same sentence again.
No question.
Please. Just for me. Just for me. Please stop doing it.
Listen, let me just be clear. I'm not making excuses for the San Fran game. We got beat up and down the field. It was bad. I ain't have a good day that day.
That shouldn't listen. All I'm saying is a 7-year quarterback shouldn't be taking lumps like that.
But all I'm saying is this is the Eagles and Cowboys show. We comparing our quarterback to y'all quarterback.
We
never brought up Jalen Hurts.
They don't want to talk about that. That's when they get fun.
We can do that. We can do that right now. Let's do it.
My phone. Y'all get Aaron Rodgers?
Let's do it. Let's talk about it. As of right now, my quarterback ceiling higher than yours. We know what your quarterback about.
No,
we know what your guy does.
Our quarterback.
We know what your guy does.
If Jalen Hurts reaches his highest peak, he becomes Dak Prescott.
Y'all gonna give Dak another 7 years? 7 years out of doing nothing. I think it's time to move on.
Give Hurts another 2. They don't give Hurts another 2. I mean, y'all got some draft picks. Y'all see these quarterbacks?
The conversation started. The conversation started when we talked about Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott. We talked about top 10. Again, I have him at 11. He went from 9 to 11. That's not a big. That's not a fault.
I
had him at 17. And at first, I had to really think about it because between 17 and 21, I can see an argument. If somebody want to push him back because the inconsistent passing at times last year, I wasn't mad. Between 17 and 21, you could make a good argument.
Did I about 17? I think I got him there too.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of people that everybody swore was better than him. Who I don't think is better than him. Justin Fields, I don't think
is better than Jalen Hurts right now, for sure. And last year, your team was supposed to be a team. Last year, your team was a team that was supposed to be contending as we were building. Y'all were not supposed to be contending.
Hey, Mike. No. Hey, look. Hey, Tuck. I got something, Mike.
No.
Anyway, we were supposed to be contending.
Look, I will agree
with
the
same guys that y'all believe in, the analysts. No. Y'all was front runners.
What analysts told you supposed to be
analysts? With that historically bad defense coming off.
No. J-Tuck, you're right about that. And CFT said it earlier in the stream. You were right. I did not think your in the offseason, I was one of the guys who screamed, your defense is still going to be buns. However, when week 5 came, 7, 11, I said, I take that back. Your defense has proved me wrong. What I thought of your defense in the offseason was way different. That's why I realized mid-season the Cowboys are the better team in the NFC East. And you had that was a window year. It should have been. All the statistics you were putting up, granted, J Tuck will say it was all against the lonely East.
If I say something?
Go ahead.
No, to your point about the defense.
Yes.
The defense was playing better because if you look at the injury that y'all want to acknowledge when Dak messed his calf up, the defense was the reason we won 3 of the 4 last games. Mm-hmm. Go look at the games. The defense carried us. We were struggling versus the Giants. We were struggling versus the Saints. If it wasn't for our defense, we would have won 9 games.
Washington.
Okay,
that's real.
This is the question I want to ask you now. So, with your defense carrying you last year, and your defense brought pretty much everybody back, Trevon Diggs and Michael Parsons got another year on their back. I think Michael Parsons is going to continue to get better. I don't think Diggs is going to have the same season. I think Diggs is a good player, but I don't think he's going to have that many. He's going to cut it down at least half. He's going to have like 3 to me. That's my guess. 3 picks. With all that being said,
4 interceptions his rookie year, playing like 5 games.
Right.
Oh,
he got 2 of them on Carson Wentz. When Carson Wentz had that meltdown,
he got some on Hurts too.
Yeah, he does. Listen, Trevon Diggs has been balling. I think he's going back. I think Mike is getting better. I think he's going to be either the same. We'll see. With that being said, did your offense do anything to get better? So my thing is, your offense struggled last year, and now you have
But here's what y'all need to understand.
Collins. So my thing is, what I'm saying is this: last year you were better, but I know y'all game on Twitter is, oh look, Eagles are the favorids. Everybody's saying it, right? Hold on.
Are they the favorites, Mike?
Yes, to me. I'm paying the money on you. I'm 150 easy on that. With that being said,
finally, man.
With that being
said, the thing is, we're gonna finish the mission though. We ain't gonna be favorites. We ain't gonna be favorites just to pretend. We're gonna win the division.
Y'all better.
So that's the mission. Win the division.
What you mean?
That's the first mission.
That's the first mission. We want to.
Mission is your week 1 opponent.
Hold on. That's the Dallas Cowboys in a nutshell.
That's
your
first
level 10. They looking at level 10. They didn't even put the game in the system, and they're trying to beat level 10. They didn't even hit start.
You should be focusing on.
They're always worried about the Super Bowl or championship game. They ain't hit start yet.
Mike, you on Twitter? You follow and you know a lot of Cowboys content creators. Name one of
I mess with you two only.
The only people that bring up the SB word is ESPN. You'll never hear me, Law, J Tuck, Vosh.
But Tuck said that's who y'all listen to. He don't listen to Vegas.
No,
he listen to ESPN.
No, I'm just saying off of the analysts, bro. And when I say Vegas, y'all look at the line right now and just say like, oh, they're the favorites. When I place my bets, I look at where's Vegas putting their money. That's why Tampa started off as the favorites at 4, right? And now it's starting to come down a little bit. Where's Vegas really putting their money? That's what I'm saying to y'all. Like I gamble too. We got apps. I'm legal now in Kansas. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why a couple months ago it was Dallas favored, and now it's tie because the the money is going to the Eagles, and it's pulling it to a tie.
No, they were banking the money to go to Dallas because a lot of people will say, "Yeah, I'll bet on Dallas to win the division." And now, since they're injured, but where was Vegas putting their money? It was on Philly.
What do you guys believe?
The Sharps have been slamming Philly.
Correct, but they didn't do enough to. Yeah.
Oh, I'll go. Let me go because I'm the they call me in the Cowboys Nation. They call me I'm the Kool-Aid stirrer. I'm the one that's always too hyped. I think we're gonna win the division. I don't waver on that. I said we was gonna win the division when Dak went down. That's just me. I don't.
He thought he was gonna win with DiNucci that one. And
I was dead serious. I was wrong.
Yeah, you on the ropes.
Y'all almost did though. You almost did though.
But I think we'll win the division at 11 wins. I think I'm going with 11. And I think y'all will be a wild card at 10 wins. And that's just what I'm calling. That's the no hate. I'm being serious. I think y'all be a wild card at 10 wins. Obviously, y'all think I'm wrong, but I'm not. If Mike is going to keep it funky, last year when we had our pre-joint before we went to the season, when everybody was saying y'all was coming off their 4-win season and everybody was saying y'all was trash, and we did our roundtable, and everybody went around and said y'all was going to win 3 games, and it got to me, and I said, nah, they probably win like 9-10 games because I believe in Jalen Hurts. I don't hate Jalen Hurts. I hate on him because y'all always talking crazy. That's it. It's a difference. Hating on somebody and actually hating them is different. I think he a talented young man, but y'all be talking spicy, so I got to return fire.
I don't know what we'll be saying.
It ain't just y'all. Y'all got a lot of minions running around that be ready to get it popping. I argue with them every day.
I respect that. And J-Tuck, so now again, you think it's going to be at least close? Because you did say the Eagles in February. Have anything changed?
No, I still got the Eagles winning the division. So, but it could be a coin flip where you can plug in Washington, plug in somebody else, because just off the trajectory and the history of the NFC East. Now, I will say this. If we do get Michael Gallup back week 2, week 3, like some people are starting to have rumors about, then, I can kind of see it being a little bit more competitive. But as of right now, I've had the Eagles. I did a show with JC way back in February before the draft, before any offseason. I was like, pick the Eagles. I mean, hell, if you're a betting man, the odds would be in favor of someone else winning the division if someone hasn't won in back-to-back years and out of all of these years. But I just don't think that it's going to be great separation where I don't look at the Eagles as Super Bowl contenders and Dallas is going to be, in the lottery next year. I just think that the roles will reverse from last season, and we'll get into both of us, and we'll see from there. If the Eagles win the division and the Cowboys are the wild card and we play Philly that first round, thank you, God. I'll take that. I'll take it. Easy money.
That's embarrassed at the link. I'm embarrassed at the link.
If we get Tyron Smith back and we get healthy, because
hold on. So this big dude, 6'6", 300 pounds, he's gonna come back. He's gonna be Superman.
Yeah, he might be. I mean, we see some.
They're gonna lie to everybody all year. Yeah, they're gonna be like he rehabbing.
They got some vibranium or something if he comes back.
Y'all not going. I'm gonna tell y'all something real right now. Y'all not gonna beat us in Philly for the next 5 years.
Okay.
Y'all not gonna beat us in Philly for the next 5 years.
But it doesn't matter because I know how y'all think, bro.
All right.
If we beat y'all, come out and we beat y'all the very first game, week 6. We don't play y'all till week 6 because we don't play y'all week 1. All y'all really want is that Christmas game. That's what y'all really want.
No.
Yeah. Nobody want to have a bad Christmas.
I can already see the LB video. We ruined their Christmas. I got
a Grinch outfit.
A hat with her on it, some mess. Like that's what you really want, bro.
I got a Grinch outfit being hand stitched.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you have a Santa hat with Hurt season on it, and you'll be ready. That's the one you really want. Yeah, we gonna sort everything out on Christmas Eve. That's the game we all aiming for. I'm gonna be there live and direct.
No, week 6, that shit matters. You got us chopped.
Nah, y'all don't. It don't matter, y'all.
Okay.
It don't matter.
I gave them the week 6. I think we're gonna split, and so of course,
sweat, Mike.
Ain't no way I'm.
We're getting sweat.
You and Philly 500 been saying it.
Y'all getting swept this year. I'm telling you.
I got the split. I got the split.
But here's the thing.
By the time Christmas roll around, y'all gonna be half beaten, half dead. Y'all gonna be tanking.
Y'all only going to get week 6 depending on what happens week 5. If we go out there to LA and get beat by the Rams bad, y'all going to take the punishment for that. Or if we come out there and beat the Rams, then we're going to kind of take our foot off the pedal versus y'all.
Y'all not going to come out of that Rams game the same.
Y'all better hope we don't.
Y'all not going to come out of that Rams game the same.
I'm not afraid of the Rams. Y'all already seen them before.
Right.
They're going to be talking about firing Mike McCarthy after that Rams game.
It all depends, bro. It all depends.
All right, so look, so he got the Cowboys winning. Eagles trailing by 1 game and getting a wild card. Jay Tuck said Eagles, but it's really a flip of a coin. LB got the Eagles. Where do you? So you see the Cowboys not getting double-digit wins?
Go ahead, say it.
That's actually no. Look at their first 6, man. Listen, I gotta keep it 100, man.
Break it down.
I gotta keep it a bean. Listen, let's talk about your first 6 games, right?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You got Tampa Bay week 1, right?
Yep.
Who y'all got week 2?
The Dak Prescott Cup.
Bengals.
Y'all got the Bengals week 2. So y'all see Tom Brady and Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Week 1 and week 2. Who y'all got week 3?
I love it.
Who y'all got week 3?
Washington.
Y'all should get that game. Who y'all got week 4?
New York.
New York.
We got them Monday night.
Listen, back-to-back division games ain't easy, but I think y'all should get them too. Who y'all got week 4? Or week 5 after the New York game?
I'll be Rams.
Y'all got the Rams week 5, and then y'all got us.
Yep, and then Detroit, Chicago.
Brother. It ain't easy.
Easy.
Y'all better start looking at Chicago, because coming from LA, then going to Philly, that's gonna be grueling for y'all.
But the back end of our schedule is sweet, just like y'all was last year.
Right.
But y'all was sweet last year. Ours was this year.
But y'all are sweet, and y'all play some really good teams and good quarterbacks.
We swept y'all. They don't even add up.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not happening this year.
It happened.
We different. We different though, right? Are we different or not?
You're assuming that you're different.
All right. Gardner Johnson. Listen, I had a split in
overrated. Yo, y'all trying to chill.
I had a split in. Then we got Gardner Johnson. I said it's a sweep. It's a sweep, see.
Right.
He gonna be in CeeDee Lamb air. He gonna be in CeeDee Lamb air talking to him all game.
Bro, it will not make a difference.
You talking about the dude CeeDee Lamb did dirty last year? Because
yeah, talk about Bradbury. We talking about that?
You caught 1 touchdown on him.
Look at the Saints game.
Look, our secondary is a lot different.
Scored a touchdown last year. Gardner Johnson was on him. I already got that clip in the tuck.
You should have been played it already though.
Why not? I say that for days when y'all get hype. I drop that on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? That's just for days when y'all get too spicy.
Well, look, it's the total opposite. Well, not opposite. Me and Tuck. Well, you kept the Eagles close. LB said you're going to be under 10 wins. I got y'all winning double digits. I think I haven't really picked if it's 10 or 11. I just have the Eagles winning more. And I do believe this is what I've been saying the whole time. When it comes to that Christmas game, I think the Eagles will have maybe like a 1.5, 2 games on you guys. And that game is going to be, if you win it, well, then the stretch gets close. If we win it, it's the icing on the cake where now we can start to, fall back. But we still got to win more games. But I think that's going to make that the hard jump. What week is it again? Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
How many games we have after that? Not many, right?
Well, they got the added game, so it's like.
No, I think it's like 6 games after that.
There'll be 2 after that. So.
2 after the Christmas Eve game.
Yeah, so we play Eagles, and then it'll be Tennessee, and then Washington to close.
All right, so this is my take is the game in Philly, the game in Dallas, Christmas Eve is if the Cowboys win, well, now them last 2 or 3 games matter heavily because the Cowboys can creep up. But if the Eagles win, it's the icing on the cake. We resting our guys against the Giants, and we headed into the playoffs.
It's gonna be like 15-2.
But we all got this. The thing we all got like the division, like the last few games, don't we? The NFC East played the NFC East like the last month of football.
Titans.
We got Titans and Washington, and y'all got
Titans about to be wild trash.
I think Saints and Giants.
Saints and Giants. Oh, Saints going. Ooh. Yeah.
Saints are all right. They're all right.
That's y'all rival on the low. Y'all games be different.
No, it is a good rivalry, but I think CJC put us over the edge.
And y'all got Saints and Giants to close.
I think he put us over the edge. I think he's gonna be amped up for that Saints game.
I'll say this though. You look at this is why I can't look. LB be lying. I'm telling you right now. Because look, I've heard him break down schedules, and he'll look at the schedule and say, I gotta just look at the quarterbacks. And if you look at my schedule, there's no way he see like 9 losses for Dak because of the quarterback.
I'm talking about the first 6. It's not really all about Dak, man. I don't think your team is as good as it was last year. That's the thing, and that's what y'all really not talking about. Y'all got a serious problem at left tackle, man. I really believe that.
And this though, how were y'all able to pull off 9 wins? Y'all didn't have a good quarterback. Y'all didn't have the best wide receiver core. Y'all defense was kind of middle of the road.
That's the thing, though. We should have had more than 9 wins, though. We should have had more than 9 wins. We acknowledge that.
We are in a better situation than what y'all were in last year.
We had a rookie head coach and a first-time starting quarterback. We had the roster to have more than 9 wins.
He lost to Andy Dalton.
He was the first time. He was the first time being named the starter. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
He lost to Andy Dalton. He lost to Andy Dalton. What was his
year
first
as
time?
a starter.
This is his first year as a starter.
He started games in the NFL before then. That counts.
Yeah. So
he had that Saints game before.
Been in the league for a decade. Andy Dalton been in the league for a decade, and he had that ready to build Cowboys team around him, right? That Super Bowl window Cowboys
team in the division, but y'all
window. Look,
we can go position by position. I thought that's what y'all wanted to do anyway.
I'm just saying. So I'm saying when you said the Cowboys are worst team, y'all were able to win 9 games last year, and our Cowboys team currently as is was better than what y'all are last year.
We had coaching limitations last year. You don't abandon the run. Let me finish. Go ahead. Y'all had a much more balanced attack last year.
I'm talking about this year. So y'all were able to win 9 games, and you say you should have won more last year, right?
What are you talking about? We should have won more. We should have won more the season that just passed.
Yeah, the season just passed, right? Yeah. And so with the Cowboys standpoint, our roster right now is better than what y'all roster was last year. So how were y'all able to win 9 games, 10 games, but we can't this year with our roster, and our schedule is much lighter? Our run game is more dynamic than y'all's. We just don't utilize it.
I don't think so. Y'all run game not better than
you don't utilize it. I don't think
so. I don't think so.
Hold on, let me just
say
this.
Hurt running game, or you talking about Miles Sanders? Y'all
the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, as a whole running game, Russian champs.
Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard. Y'all got Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell.
And this is also the thing.
It doesn't matter what if you look. It doesn't matter who's running the ball. What matters is at the end of the game, go check the box score. At the end of the season, the Philadelphia Eagles in general had the best rushing offense in the National Football League. Best rushing.
We had three running backs that average 5 yards a carry or more. We got 3 running backs on our team that do that. So y'all got a nice running back and y'all got a nice backup running back. We got 3 good running backs that can shoulder the load. And our quarterback is a threat to run.
What y'all do have is an amazing offensive line.
Yeah, and our offensive line last year is better than your offensive line this year.
Right, I give you that.
So that is why that is why I believe that y'all will be worse this year.
Well, look, give me a number. This is where it's stemming from. So what Jay Tuck is saying is that even if his team is worse than it was last year, he still thinks 9 or 10 wins is possible.
Right.
Where do you have the Cowboys? Is it around that 9? Because you said no double digit, but
I got them 8 or 9. I got them 8 to 9.
8 to 9.
I got them 8 to 9. They just didn't do enough, man. And it's a lot of powerhouses that got better. You know what I mean? The Cowboys are one of those teams that literally got worse. You know what I mean? They didn't get better. You know what I mean? They're out here hoping that Jalen Tolbert, you know, they tried to talk us into all these moves they made all season. They tried to make us, the move's been trash. The move's been trash. What's that linebacker? That linebacker from USC. They want to pull all his stats up like he got damn Jerry Rice of the linebackers. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, this dude played in USC.
He on IR though. That don't count. He on IR though.
What you trying to say on the offseason?
Listen, when y'all drafted him, y'all was saying that he was one of the best linebackers y'all drafted. That's just an example of y'all trying to overhype the mediocre moves y'all made.
You talking about Damone Clark?
Jason Peters. Yeah, Damone Clark. That's what I'm talking about. Jason Peters is now making national headlines at 40 for signing for y'all. Because y'all ain't making no moves.
Hey, hold on. I got a rebuttal for that. He is making national headlines from the same people y'all said don't listen to, because unless Vegas send out a tweet, it don't matter.
Right. So now he's going off of Vegas.
Vegas don't send out a tweet, nothing matters. So
the point that I'm making is that
Jason Peters got signed.
Listen, the national media is always on y'all side.
They're not. They're on your side now. Congratulations now.
Right. I've been Thank you. Him up with national media Cowboys.
You earned it.
We had to. We listen. This is the thing, though. We have to snatch our respect. We got to make these type of moves for people to listen.
So
y'all do nothing year in and year out, and people give y'all the respect.
Now me and Rome get to sit back all year and say no one believes in us. Nobody counted on us. Nobody giving us any respect.
Yeah. Only if y'all win. Only if y'all win. Only if y'all win.
Yeah, you gotta win.
We able to say that because we've won in them type of circumstances.
You won what? You won
Only
what?
if y'all. We won a Super Bowl when everybody doubted us.
17.
We won a Super Bowl when everybody doubted us. What are you talking about? How many wild cards have we gotten since the Super Bowl? When the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a wild card? When the last time the Dallas Cowboys was a wild card?
I give you.
What do you
that.
mean? We won in
I'll tell you
2019.
this though. When the last
2019, we put y'all out the playoffs. We ended y'all season in 2019.
18.
When the last
Y'all was a wild card?
When we beat Russell Wilson.
Was y'all a wild card?
No.
Yeah, it was a wild card.
No, y'all won a division. We was the wild card. Because we beat the Bears. When was the last time the Dallas Cowboys was a wild card?
It was 2018.
It was not.
Oh, you mean that we were actually? What do you mean? Like we was on the road and won?
It was 2000 when?
The last time we won a wild card game, I think it was 2007.
No, that was the last time y'all were a wild card team, right? 2007, right?
No. When were you a wild card team? Not
when was the last time you were a wild card team?
I think it was like 2000.
It was 2007. It's been damn near 20 years. So what that tells me is this: if y'all not front runners, y'all dead in the water. Y'all not winning no wild card if we win a division. If we win a division, y'all not making the playoffs. Y'all only way in is to win the division.
Y'all was the favorite.
So
your only way in is to win the division. And fold when you win the division.
2018 was a wild card matchup, bro.
No, it wasn't a wild card matchup. We won the Super Bowl in 2017. In 2018, we won the wild card and we beat the #1 defense with Nick Foles and the Chicago Bears. You have not been a wild card. You have not shown that you could come from behind and show testicular fortitude since I was in the fucking 12th grade. If y'all do not win, if y'all do not win a division, y'all are not making the playoffs.
When's the last time y'all?
That's who y'all are to me. That's who y'all are to me.
So you're saying that we have to win the division in order to make the playoffs. That's what you're saying.
Seems to be the only way y'all get there. Because I'm telling you, we gonna win the division. Because y'all don't get wild cards. Y'all ain't that scrap from behind. Y'all princesses.
But y'all got 9 wins last year, and
and you know what? That's all it took to scrap and get into the dance. When the last time y'all scrapped and got into the dance?
What do you mean scrapped?
No,
scrap. Fight for a wild card spot. Give your fans something to cheer about. When the last time y'all did that?
We won a division last year, made the playoffs.
I'm talking about wild cards. Y'all talking in circles.
So no, this is what he's saying.
Lord have mercy.
He ended all. He's saying if the Cowboys ain't winning the division. They're not going to the. They're not doing nothing because they have to be the. They have to be the front runner. They don't got it.
I know what he's saying. I'm saying when the last time y'all had success when y'all was the favorite?
2017.
Y'all wasn't the favorite.
What does it matter? We was the #1 seed. That's favorite to me. We was the #1 seed. The road to the playoffs went through us. How was we not the favorite?
Not going into the season. Not going into the season. We weren't.
Y'all was trash. It was the dream team. I remember.
No, we've been.
Hey, this man, I don't know what you're talking about. How was you not the favorite in 2017 with the #1 seed?
No, he's talking about before the season going into the season.
But see, that's the difference between what they say and what I say. My video's still up there. When I said we're gonna win the Super Bowl,
how can you pin what
I'm me
on us? I'm me too.
Okay. Oh, but my bad. I don't know what they were saying, but when I seen Nick Foles come in, a guy that I seen win Pro Bowls, a guy that I seen tie the record for most touchdown passes, balling out there with Shady and them. I said, "Oh yeah."
Like you believe?
Yeah, that's all that matter.
Why not your team no more?
No.
Huh?
All I can say is this though: I am feeling real good about the Eagles going into the season as favorites.
Got rid of him. Your man Ski Mask Howie. Why you get rid of Nick Foles?
Howie Roseman, the best general manager in football. Don't start this now.
All right, the coach.
Don't start this now.
Bro, he been bricking. He finally hit some kids.
Don't start this now.
I was saying it how we interest before y'all was.
Don't start this now.
I was saying it how we interest before y'all was. I tagged
it. Don't matter. It don't matter what he was back then. Right now, the facts are, and it's very, very hard to dispute. Howie Roseman is the best general manager in football. You go get Sam Bean, Jim Bean, get whoever you want. Nobody had the draft in the offseason that Howie Roseman has had.
The Chiefs did.
Stephen Jones, you win this.
Look, all I know is that Howie did.
The Cowboys been killing drafts the past 2 years, bro.
That's why I don't believe y'all a threat. Y'all don't. I just don't believe y'all a threat. Because y'all focus on the draft too much.
So you focus on the draft too much, but y'all aiming everything y'all doing off the draft. Y'all draft class.
No, he said all.
AJ Brown was a trade. Kaiser White was a free agent. Hassan Reddick was a free agent.
Those are your confident additions, not the draft. Because y'all draft class was better than y'all free.
Yeah, the guy that had 22.5 sacks the last 2 years. Kaiser White, who led his team in tackles in the Chargers. Yeah, that's the guys I'm banking on. Bradbury, a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Bradbury's not. Bradbury's underrated.
Anthony Brown had a better year than him last year.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I'll tell you the stats. I ain't even got to argue with you. I'll tell you the stats.
Nah, he didn't.
Every metric. I'll send you the stats. I ain't got to argue with you, Mike. You want me to text it to you right now?
Look, you're gonna say he had more PBUs and more interception, and that doesn't mean he's had a better season.
Breakdown of the stats, Mike. I send it to you. We ain't gotta argue.
Send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me.
All right. So
let me ask you a question. So since we that bad, I would love to hear y'all tell me how bad y'all gonna beat us when we play.
They not.
We're going week 6.
They not.
What y'all talking?
We're gonna beat y'all by double digits week 6.
40
10 or more.
40.
Plus 10.
Score 3.
Plus
It
10.
shouldn't even be a game.
Look.
No.
Y'all
Don't
bad.
get modest, Mike.
Hold up. Wait up. Look, this is where me and LB differed a little bit. We're gonna beat you guys. I got you winning double digits. We just gonna win 11 or 12. Y'all gonna win 10-ish. So our game. Again, I did say to split. So which one we talking about? Why are we going to
split if we that bad? We didn't split with y'all last year.
Yeah, we might. But you just said that we could barely win 7 games.
Out, Mike.
We was rebuilding. I like how y'all trying to play the y'all listen. Jerry Jones has beaten and battered y'all, and y'all trying to play the victim. Oh, we not the favorite. Y'all
we're not rebuilding our offensive line right now.
You can remix how you want.
No, y'all not rebuilding your offensive line. Y'all making national headlines for recruiting offensive linemen right now.
Vegas ain't tweeted this ain't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Caesar's got to send out a tweet about Peters or it ain't happen.
Right.
Hold up real quick. Let's look. We're gonna break down the positions before we get up out of here. We just hit an hour. I've been low-key really slacking on the super chats. LT said the trip is how 33-year-old Julio Jones will not make an impact, but 40-year-old Peters will make an impact. Let's just see if we got a couple more.
Nobody's saying that.
Remind you, this was an early super chat. But again, no, you do believe though that all we're saying is this: when you need to sign Jason Peters, even as a debt piece, there's trouble in paradise. Not saying you guys are saying he's going to be the savior. Not saying all that, and maybe he's not used. Maybe he is going to be the mentor.
Earlier, talk 12 minutes about how we think Jason Peters is going to be the savior.
Right. No one has said savior. We all said a death piece.
And I agree, but what I'm saying is, when you're reaching, when you got to reach for that name, it makes Eagle fans think that there's some trouble in paradise when it comes to your offensive line, which there is. I mean, injuries, yes.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. P said, LB, drop those cheesesteaks. Get on the wagon for Jonestown.
I can't drop the cheesesteaks. I own a cheesesteak shop.
There you go. LT said it. Pre-salary cap, Dallas rented division. Since then, it's been Philadelphia and the G-men. Real talk. Dallas enemy is the cap. Right. Jerry Jones made the cap though, right? Ain't Jerry Jones one of the main people who decide who
Jerry Jones helped
lobbied
the salary cap? He did. That's why he cut.
I don't think he wanted people to do what he was doing.
Because that's one thing real quick. Like with baseball, that's why normally the Yankees and the power, because when you could spend all the money you want, like we'll be honest,
Mike.
Your team got bread. You don't spend it, but like if there was no cap, then Jerry Jones can do whatever he can.
I ain't trying to make it boring. It's revenue sharing. It's a way to get more money. It was stupid because he messed his own flow up, but yeah, it's dumb.
So as I was saying earlier in the stream, where y'all haven't won in a new brand of football, again, the salary cap is something you have to. It makes it a lot harder to build a team. It's a puzzle now. You just can't buy all the pieces. They gotta fit under the cap. And y'all haven't been. And the thing is this though, y'all been good at drafting. That's why if you look over the last 10 years, y'all have had a lot of Pro Bowlers, and it's been homegrown. Y'all just don't go out in there and do all the extra stuff, the signings and whatnot. Like Amari Cooper was the biggest splash you made via trade in 10 a lot of years, and it paid off. Amari Cooper's first round pick.
Amari Cooper ain't pay off.
For Dak Prescott's development, it did.
Oh, for his development, yeah.
It did too pay off because we wouldn't beat Russell Wilson with him. Y'all got. That's what happened. It paid off.
I knew he was going to say that.
So you telling me a first round pick is worth one playoff win, and then sending a guy away for less than what we got back for Jalen Reagor? That's paying off. We got more back for Jalen Reagor.
I'm saying it paid off that year for going and making the move to get Amari Cooper. Now, I'm of the minority. I tell people if the Dallas Cowboys knew that they were getting CeeDee Lamb in the draft in 2020, they wouldn't have signed Amari Cooper.
Yeah, CeeDee shouldn't have felt that. He should never have been there.
The season afloat.
He shouldn't have been there. You're right, Mike. He shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been there, right? But it's like it happened. So I'm saying that the deal
y'all paid him.
Yeah, because they had to. They backed him into a corner. They had to.
Hey, look,
y'all couldn't afford his $20 million though, right?
We could have kept Amari Cooper. We could have kept Amari Cooper this season. That was
stupid. We got $20 million in cap space right now.
It wasn't even about football reasons why we got rid of him. It's just,
I would have kept him. I would have definitely kept him.
We easily kept him. Yeah, that's football logic. Now I'm not saying that our front office is the best,
but they petty.
Right.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is though, like you said, you should. Amari Cooper went out. You didn't keep Amari Cooper, and now the Michael Gallup stuff started talking where who knows when he's coming back. Now you're hearing that he might come back early. And then the same thing, you didn't keep Lyle Collins, and then boom, you lose a left tackle. So the two pieces you let walk at this point are two pieces that you know, offensive line needs help and wide receiver needs help. And that's why it's that much more a bigger deal. And then when you do got to admit though, to see Jalen Reagor, a guy that we all were trying to gift wrapped out, go for better, you know, like I said,
Mike, you know, if there's no $20 million on that, Coop would have went for, come on now. It was all contract.
Right. Correct. It was leverage.
Someone Jalen
Reagor's making $18 a month. Like, come on. Like,
he's still getting paid first round money. It's not much. Probably like it's not much. But let me just say this though. Forget the money though. At the end of the day, when you back yourself into a corner, any GM, right? When you let it be known that this guy is going to either be let go or traded, well, now you lose leverage in arguments. And a lot of people should know.
You're right.
That Jalen Reagor was not going to really either. If he made the team, he was just going to sit on the bench all day. So still, the Vikings had leverage, and we still were able to finagle a possible conditional fourth. Even if it's a fifth, it's like it's Jalen Reagor, bro. You know what I mean?
Here's the reason why the Cowboys in the front office have been moving in the manner that they have. It's the reason why I tweeted this way back and then, Mike. They don't feel a sense of urgency because they don't hear the Eagles' footsteps. They don't. They're content.
But it shouldn't be about us though, because you got the Rams running around. You got Brady over here now.
And I 1,000% agree. I want the Cowboys to stop focusing on competing with the division and outside the division, right? But you think about it, the only team that really made any moves, you had the Eagles and you had the Rams with Wagner and with Robinson.
The Bills made some moves.
Who?
You talking about
the Bills made some moves.
I'm talking about the NFC.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the Bucks didn't make no power moves. Packers didn't make no power moves. 49ers, you know what I'm saying? So it's really just been the Eagles and the Rams. So the Cowboys standpoint, they're sitting back and thinking, all right, we okay.
But this the thing though. Everybody else got better though. Like the Rams won the Super Bowl and got better.
Right. Well, I 100% agree.
Yeah. A lot of teams did get better. I think the Panthers are going to be more competitive this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams did. I just think the Cowboys just don't have that sense of urgency, and that's if y'all want to say y'all front office is better than ours, then yeah, I can have that because I don't trust our front office. But there's no sense of urgency when it comes to the Cowboys. They're content. If everything happens like I said, right? Y'all win the division, but we win 10 games, 11 games, get into the playoffs. We win a wild card game, and our season's over. The Cowboys are okay with that.
They're gonna feel validated, which is gonna make me.
Y'all have.
If we win,
I feel like there's been a double digit, a back-to-back division champion more times than it's been a Dallas Cowboy. What's the name? Berth. What am I saying?
Playoff berth?
No, not the playoff berth. The wild card berth. My bad. I feel like when was the last time there was a back-to-back?
That
division?
was like 20 years ago.
It was 20 years ago.
It was y'all was the last ones to do it.
03-04 was the last time there was a back-to-back.
Oh, damn. That is almost 20 years ago. That's crazy.
That's what I was saying.
Well, and that's what Jay Tuck's pretty much saying. If history taught us something, you win a division, do something with it because you're going to take a year.
That's what I'm saying. But then in the same breath, he's saying something that ain't happened in 15 years is going to happen. Them getting a wild card. Neither one of them is going to happen.
Well, check this out, though, LB, they did add another wild card spot.
I'm saying they extended
it. Okay, that might happen.
Yeah, but I still don't think if we are a 10-win team, 11-win team, we're going to be in the conversation.
I ain't going to ask Mike. I'm going to ask, LB, I'm going to ask Mike. But in 2016, you ain't think y'all was winning the chip? It's only one person walking around that say that. And he got a video to say it, and that's LB. Nobody else thought y'all was winning the Super Bowl in 2016. So things are made to be done that ain't never been done before.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
I can't say nothing. LB got a video. He gonna break it out. He gonna send me the link.
No. Yeah. When I first met LB, he was. Look. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't doing YouTube at the time. I still felt some type of magic after the Vikings game. Let me just say this: when the way we beat the Falcons, I was at that game. The way there was a couple passes that Nick Foles lucked into not being interception. Nick Foles was average in the Falcons game, and that's what had me like, you know what? yowzer, we're going against number 1 defense. But I did garner a lot more respect after he carved up Minnesota. So I did. But after the Falcons game, I was like, damn, man, this great team is going to be And then
I couldn't wait
I gained faith back after that.
I was like,
game.
Case Keenum. I was like, he's a body. This is a dead body. In the link, his name is Case Keenum. I knew he was going to beat them. I didn't think he was going to blow them out, though.
Yeah.
Let's stop reminiscing about current Super Bowls, Mike. Let's not be rude. Let's not be rude to our guests.
Let's not be rude to our guests. All right. So look, listen, we got over 1,000 people watching on both channels. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to, look, Eagles Cowboys are going to be tied all season because I do think it's going to be a 1-2 race. Not saying Washington can't make no moves at all, and the Giants are who we thought they were. So definitely go listen. When every Cowboy lost, go let them feel it. So definitely check their channels out.
Right. These some good content creators right here, man. Good Cowboys
likewise,
content
man. Likewise.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Professor Chaos said 3 playoff wins in the last 27 years, bro. We had 3 playoffs wins in 17 alone. Dallas fans shouldn't bring up playoff success.
Playoff wins. Playoffs.
That's what it's all about.
No, it's not. It's all about Super Bowl.
David Liebram, what up?
You have to beat level 1 before you can get to level 5.
If it's all about playoffs, y'all still last in the division with playoff wins.
This the thing, though, Tuck. This is what we're saying. To get a championship, you got to have them playoff wins. Yeah. Now, say if y'all had 7 more playoff wins than y'all have since the last time y'all won a Super Bowl. Y'all would have 9 times out of 10 been in the NFC Championship game at least.
7 more chances to get to the championship.
So let's reminisce about conversation about it.
All the Eagles teams that failed in the early 2000s, they don't get together and be like, "Yo, we almost did it."
You're right though, but what happens? But what happens as fans is we remember our team giving themselves the best shot to do it. But y'all ain't listen. It's only a few teams that ain't been in a conference game in like the last 30-something years. Things like the Dolphins,
y'all
the
creeping
Lions,
on that 30 piece.
But
Washington.
Here's the thing. Our
y'all like 28 or something like that,
right? The 49ers fans don't feel no much better. They ain't been nothing since the 90s, since they've got an NFC championship game and went to the Super Bowl.
But you know what they say? Hold on. You know what they're saying? Listen, when you get to the Super Bowl or lose or get to the NFC championship and lose, what you're saying is, dang, we need one more piece. What you're saying is, dang, we need a lot more pieces because we can't even get a playoff.
It's still more urgent to buy tickets next year after you go to an NFC championship game. Y'all are just buying tickets just to buy them.
You spent more money in the playoffs just to lose games. Yeah, man, if the Cowboys aren't contending, bro, I don't feel like
every time you win a playoff game,
more validated because they got some playoff wins and everything. No, they're still just
they feel so validated. Why they draft Trey Lance?
No,
they try to get their quarterback.
That can be a mistake.
That's the thing. You just said it. They know that one of the reasons they lost the championship game and the Super Bowl was because of mistakes by the quarterback. But again, they realize that because they got playoff wins, they say, now we know what we need to do to go over the hump. That's what they're thinking. So all I'm saying is this real quick.
Together and celebrate their chip, and every year they get together and talk about how we almost get to it.
Hold on.
Every year y'all do nothing.
First of all, football is the most unexpected sport. In baseball, hockey, and basketball, you have to be the better team normally to win because you got to prove it more than one game. You have to win 4 out of 7, meaning the better team normally prevails. It happens very rarely that the lower seed of a hockey, baseball, or NBA game goes the opposite way. In football, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed one game.
Right.
We're bad game one game. And you could lose it. So I don't want to hear that the Cowboy fans like, well, we don't feel we're contenders. We got to the playoffs. We don't believe in Super Bowl. So who cares if we win? Because all you got to do is win one. Tell the Giants with the 9-7 record.
Not excited about that Super Bowl appearance.
No, but you know what they're thinking? You know what they're thinking?
They're thinking we're almost there. Their city is buzzing right now.
The thing with that, y'all, it's about having the proper context around it. Right now, there's Lions fans out there beating out that chest that they're going to beat y'all week 1. They feel like this is that year,
but
right?
You know why? They team made moves. Like, you got to give the fans something to be happy about.
Back to the moves.
They made moves. They drafted Jameis Williamson. That wide receiver people are happy about. Aiden Hutchinson, people are happy about them guys.
And we ain't had no phenomenal draft. I'm saying
they just was on Hard Knocks.
Everyone has an opportunity to get to the next game, but you go into the playoffs, and I felt last year everyone was down on me. Like I was like, bro, we just not ready. I didn't want to play the 49. I was like, we're just not ready because the way I was looking at things didn't appear as what they seen. Yes, we blew y'all out. Yes, we blew out the Giants, but that Cardinals game, and I told everyone on my channel, this is the game that's going to tell me everything I needed to know. And when that fell to the cracks, I was just like, yeah, we can get there and get lucky and maybe get on a roll. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen in the game of sports, but looking at it from the whole standpoint, we just wasn't that team that everyone.
So yo, LB, this is mindset. Look, is week 13. He's like, dang, we're in first place in the NFC East, but I think there's some problems with this team. Who cares about the playoffs?
They won 12 games last year.
He wasn't ready, bro. He wasn't
Jimmy G. Look.
He wasn't
lying. Because right when he was saying that, I was doing the opposite.
I believe that's what Tucker was saying. It's a weird logic, but he understands his team some weird way. But I ain't down on no 12-win team. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
I know
because when we win 12 games, we end up smoking some shit in the playoffs.
Was like the win is a win. I was like, bro, this team don't look right to me. I was breaking down film because after that Broncos game, they broke something with our offense. And I honestly did not think our Dallas Cowboys defense was as good as a lot of people saying. Now, we did get the turnover margin, but I feel like our offense was our best defense last year because y'all knew y'all can't come out there and just run the ball with our offense being so explosive. So it got a lot of teams out of character, but those teams that could stay in the character, our defense really didn't create those opportunities. So that's what I was saying from a football
standpoint. Definitely got out of character. We try to match pass for pass week 3.
Exactly.
We literally hand the ball off to Miles Sanders twice. And so again, listen, I respect that you guys beat us 2 times. And actually in the last 3 years, y'all been doing what y'all need to be doing against the Eagles. No doubt about it. But again, from an Eagles mindset, we're like, well, we were out of character week 3 and we didn't play our starters. I'm not here to say that if we were in character or play our starters, we would have beat you. I do not know the answer to that. But I feel like we will be in character this year and we will not play you with our backups. So I'm thinking it's going to be different. We'll find out. I still got the split though.
But here's the thing.
Are y'all a passing team now or running?
Balance.
That sound like euphoria, but that ain't how it goes.
Right.
Balance.
AJ Brown in there, and y'all got Devontae.
I think we're gonna be like 60-40.
Yeah, but against you, we were 90-10.
Right. I think we're
we
like
try to be
60-40.
90-10.
But y'all got
2
top
carries for
quarterback
Sanders
or top 17 quarterback.
Well, once you get,
I mean, 60-40 is like that's what almost every team should be.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying: when have we all sat back and said, "All right, the Cowboys are loading the clip and they're preparing for a Super Bowl"? As a Cowboys fan,
like 5 times in the last 8 seasons.
When?
Never seen us go.
Never, bro.
What are y'all talking about? In 2017, when Dak was a rookie and y'all had the #1 seed, mind you, y'all was like the only #1 seed.
We were not
get to the Super Bowl in that time period.
How many wins did we come off that previous year? Because Romo got hurt, bro. There has never been.
I'm talking about the previous year. I'm talking about when y'all was the #1 seed, when Dak was a rookie and Zeke was a rookie. Y'all thought y'all was going to win the Super Bowl.
No, we never said we were going to win the Super Bowl. We was hot.
Did Dez catch it? Did Dez catch it?
I'm saying, when have the Cowboys loaded the clip when you sat back in the offseason and said the Cowboys are making some power moves to win the Super Bowl? It hasn't been since the 90s. And that's our frustration right now. We've been making videos about Bobby.
I gotta look that up, Tuck. I gotta look that up. Y'all went in there and got y'all some moves done in the offseason.
Brandon Carr has been our biggest offseason addition.
He
was good for you those in the beginning.
Oh, he wasn't.
No, he was not. He was overpaid.
Amari Cooper. When y'all got Amari Cooper, people was picking y'all to have a deep playoff.
That was in the middle of the season, and that's because they tried to go on without Dez Bryant with Allen Hurns, and things hit the fan, and they had to overpay for him.
There's a lot of excuses from somebody who I thought y'all was about that. You're right. Y'all trash. Y'all trash
around everything. The Cowboys just haven't made the moves.
No, we're not trash.
Yeah, we're not trash. The Cowboys just haven't made the moves that they used to.
My bad. I'm giving y'all too much credit. You don't make no moves.
So, all right, look, let me say this though. To now counter that is this. When are y'all gonna start doing it?
We're not. That's what we're trying to explain to y'all. Those days are long gone. The only way that it can happen is if y'all get off to some great run. And I feel like y'all are the team that can really break the fan base and the organization. Because if y'all get off to a great start and we fall and a 4-win, 5-win team, that's enough to make the fan base finally break. Right. But as of right now, the Cowboys have this draft and build mentality where it's like, we can draft well, we can get these unproven guys and just go out there and play versus you having a Von Miller say, I would love to come play with Micah Parsons. Nah.
Got to bottom out.
disrespectful deal.
So don't.
We
So we about to do you a big favor this season.
Earl Thomas. You had the list go on and on and on.
We about to break you guys so
We
bad.
about to break y'all then. Y'all ready to be broke? Y'all ready to be broken in? I hate to see y'all in this position.
I mean, but
I hate to see y'all sound all sad.
It has to happen, but I don't feel like y'all are capable of breaking us. So that's
you just said we got to be the ones to do it 5 seconds ago.
If anyone can do it, it can be y'all. But I don't think y'all gonna do it.
He don't want to give it up till Tuck. We gonna do it.
If the Cowboys come out week 5,
y'all get Bryce Young, y'all be able to do it. But right now,
if the Cowboys come out and beat
y'all terrified of us. Y'all been terrified of us all season.
Oh yeah,
no, we haven't.
I gotta ask this. Nah, because I asked Mike this the other day in the DM. Let me ask you a question. So when we talk too much, y'all say we scared. If we stay quiet, y'all say we scared. What are we supposed to do?
Who says when y'all talk too much, y'all say y'all scared?
Mike said, yeah, it be like that sometimes. That was
y'all scared.
No matter what,
y'all scared this season. I promise it, dog. This season, bro.
Hold on. I got it.
Everything y'all do, y'all scary. Go ahead, Mike.
This is how I know. Look, all right, look. CFT, you're right. Talk trash, we're gonna say it, and be quiet, we're gonna say it. But you know the real reason I know y'all scared is because you keep telling us we're the favorites.
Right. That's all I gotta hear, bro.
That's how I know you feeling it.
Ain't nobody doing that but me and Tuck.
Yeah.
What? A lot of y'all bending the knee. Y'all bending the knee right now.
No,
y'all bending the knee.
It's not. Like, actually, what it would take for me to get scared is if I looked at y'all as Super Bowl contenders. I don't look at y'all as Super Bowl contenders.
I mean, because that got to be proven. But you could say right now we better than y'all, right?
No.
On paper.
On paper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll say y'all had a better offseason than us. That's the most you're getting out of me.
That's because you're being delusional, man. That's because that's because you're being delusional.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand exactly
I'm
what you're
delusional.
doing.
Then you delusional with Dak.
I understand.
Fall it down the middle.
We got Dak at 11.
I got him at 11.
That means
I don't
he's
think
better
he's
than
top 10.
20. He's better than.
All right, look. Before we get into the positions, I'm gonna give you 10 that I think is better than him. Before we get into position by position.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm not about to lie. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. This is in no order. Patrick Mahomes is better than Dak. Aaron Rodgers is better than Dak. Tom Brady is better than Dak. I believe Russell Wilson is better than Dak.
False.
Lamar Jackson is better than Dak.
No.
Justin Herbert is better than Dak.
He beat him.
Joe Burrow is better than Dak. No. That's 7. See, look, you're saying no to people that's proved it. Matt Stafford is better than Dak. That's 8. So who am I forgetting, Mike? Matt Stafford better than Dak. That's 8. I know y'all don't want to give it to Stafford.
They don't want to hear me say Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson is better than Dak. That's 9. Deshaun Watson is better than Dak. Stop it.
Watson is not better than Dak.
How? Because he took a year off due to legal trouble?
Who else?
There's one more. Josh Allen. There we go. How forget about Josh Allen? That's 10. Easily 10.
What is Deshaun Watson done better than Dak?
Everything. Read defenses, throw the ball, escape the pocket, throw on the run. Yeah, he throw better than Dak.
Dallas.
No, he don't.
Deshaun Watson don't throw better than. See, that's what I'm saying though. Y'all can't keep it 100. That's 10 quarterbacks. That's better. Listen, Dak better than Kyler Murray. Dak is better than Kyler Murray. Dak is better than, you know what? For real. You better look at Kirk Cousins because they looking real similar.
I can't do that.
Dak and Kirk Cousins looking real similar. You should be scared for Hurts. That's his ceiling right there.
Nah, look. All right, so wait.
Y'all would wish.
Let's get to the positions, but real quick. No, wait, real quick. I want to get y'all number next to Dak then. So because you said Russell Wilson's a push, you got him Dak better than Russ. Just give me where do you got Dak in the top 10? The number, if you know it.
I'm at 6 and 7. 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yeah.
I got him at 8. Last year I had him higher, but I put Josh Allen and them in front of him.
So you got him
Josh
at 8.
Allen and Stafford in front of him, just out of respect for their playoff runs. So I don't even got nothing crazy, but like
you do got something crazy. You don't think Burrow, Russell Wilson, or Lamar Jackson is better than Dak Prescott?
I put Burrow top 10, but he's like 10.
That is completely.
I don't have them with Russell Wilson though.
You don't got Burrow in the top 10, Mike?
Go counting stats.
No, I said Tuck don't got Burrow in the top 10.
Because they gotta leave somebody out that's mind-boggling to put their guy in.
If I want to leave somebody out that's mind-boggling, let's leave Watson out. That's the easy one.
It's real easy.
How? Everybody knows Deshaun Watson is more talented than Dak Prescott. Am I missing something?
Air guitar and plays for Houston, a team that no one cares about.
He plays guitar. He doesn't do anything cool.
He does the air guitar. Yeah.
Last time we started the whole season, I watched you destroy Deshaun Watson for like 6 streams, LB. I ain't trying to
because I did because Deshaun Watson didn't come through in the clutch for that 4-win season. Everybody wanted to baby him for a 4-win season. He didn't come in the clutch. He had the ball in his hand for a game-winning drive like 6 straight times, 6 straight games, and that ain't what you should do at his level of play.
He also blew a lead.
What you talking about? In 2019, you know how many game-winning drives Dak Prescott had when he lost the division to Philly and Philly?
It's about who's the
0. What are you talking about? If he had 1 game-winning drive, he would have won a division in 2019. Just one.
And
he had 0.
If he had 1 game-winning drive that year, he wouldn't have 4 wins.
What are you talking about? Yeah, exactly. Apples and oranges.
Him and Dak both got
apples and oranges.
Win. He ain't never had a season better than Dak.
Deshaun Watson is better than Dak, man. I'm not going to do that.
He's not. He's not. He just don't play for the Cowboys. If we swap him, you got Deshaun Watson lower than Dak.
So if you swap them, Deshaun Watson don't lose to Jimmy Garoppolo with that roster. Oh
yes,
God.
Listen, he would have scrambled out of a couple of them situations. You got it. Listen,
he like 40 and get beat by the Chiefs. He couldn't score 1 point.
Right.
You just watched them march him, run him down, and kick him out the playoffs.
But Dak Prescott had done the same things we talking about, though. I just prefer Deshaun Watson because his ceiling is higher. Deshaun Watson is already on Dak level.
No.
With more years and a higher ceiling.
Never.
He got the yeah. All right, let's get to these super chats real quick. Shout out to David. He said my favorite content creators, LB and Philly Mike. Shout out to you. Professor said Malata Dickerson and Lane didn't play the first game, so I'm not hearing no O-line excuses this year from Dallas. Yeah, we definitely our offensive line was in the early part of the season last year was shuffled around. That is going to be where it is.
Shuffled all year last year. What you talking about?
Yeah, but I can see it now when the losing starts. It's going to be, dang, man, it's because we got a bad off. No, I'm just kidding. Injury. Where the Giants and Commanders you two are at. What y'all trying to say?
You don't care.
Pretty much we trying to say that they can fight for 3rd and 4th. You know what I mean? That's what we say. They weren't invited to the table. Not today. Maybe next time.
Kicker went down.
Professor said Dallas only beat Seattle that year because our kicker went down. Dak outplayed Russ.
So he must have seen that 4th down scramble that Dak Prescott did to save the game and then flipped into the end zone. I was there. I seen it with my own eyes.
Oh, but guess what? Hold up. We can't talk about rushing touchdowns because you guys don't let us talk about it.
Who doesn't?
We can't talk about rushing first downs. A quarterback is only supposed to throw the ball.
Remix it.
I never said that.
That's what you know what I mean? We can't bring up Jalen Hurts 10 rushing touchdowns.
He threw 16 touchdowns.
He had 26 total touchdowns.
And he still was below that.
He had 9 touchdowns dropped.
And then
most of them was game winners.
Every pass was caught by the receivers. Then in the next breath, y'all will say CD Lamb dropped the ball too much. Which one?
It was listen. Dak Prescott receivers caught the ball at a higher rate than ours did in the end zone. That's a fact.
In the end zone.
I've heard y'all talk about CD Lamb being drop man all offseason. Now
show us the footage.
Okay, listen though. A drop on.
All y'all gotta do is find one Eagles person to say it. They can tie it to everybody, just like y'all do us, right?
Some people do that. Look, but there's a big difference than a touchdown drop than a 2nd and 9 drop. They're 2 totally different scenarios.
I'm not responsible for all the Cowboys fans. That's a good point, Tuck. Stop trying to put them on me.
They'll find one Cowboys fan who said something delusional. The Cowboys fans delusional video. They said Dak Prescott throwing for 8,000 yards.
Because I got to put it on y'all. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because if he know me, then that means he knows y'all.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, he knows y'all. He watches y'all too. If he know me, 9 times out of 10.
I don't know me.
Don't put him on me. Nah,
that's y'all, man.
Yeah, they be coming from your shows with the info. You know. Actually, definitely knows CFT because CFT is going, like he said, he go drink the Kool-Aid until they prove that the Kool-Aid not working anymore.
And this whole show might as well not even exist. Y'all gonna be like, this dude think he Tampa, y'all gonna be like, Tuck gonna be shaking his head. Here you go.
Yeah, see, I'm the anti-sugar, man. They don't get no sugar over me.
50 yin and yang. Tuck gonna give
I'll tell you straight up, nah, bro. I see him in the chat. Oh, Tuck's not a real Cowboys fan because he said that the Eagles are going to. That's how they do me.
Hey, look.
But look, Tuck, you know, when you're too optimistic, they hate you too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
They want me to come on this channel and face paint and talk about the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we keeping it real. But I think that's, you know, a responsibility we have to our community. You know?
Yeah, I definitely look. There's always a time. There's time for the rah-rah, and then there's time for not. During the games, you're not going to hear me say nothing negative. Throughout the week, I'm going to critique what needs to be. You know, if play, you know, we were talking about Nick Sirianni. I was talking about Nick Sirianni after the Giants game. I knew Jalen Hurts was young, but I was upset with him because it was just things that you didn't have to do. And so you definitely got to give it both ways. Hopefully this year with the double-digit wins, I'll be saying a lot more good stuff. Art Makepeace said it don't matter if the Eagles lose the Dallas both game. The Eagles are winning the division. That's gonna be tough to lose twice and win a division. I don't think that ever happened before.
And see, and if y'all don't win the division, I'm gonna have all them Cowboys fans clipping this video. Tuck, you didn't believe in us. Well, I'm gonna start making videos with y'all. You told Mike and LB that they were.
Oh, they got this on record right now, Tuck. They wait.
Yeah, I know. So whatever.
He said Dak is literally Kirk Cousins. Okay, co-signing LB. Both really good quarterbacks that put up great stats, yet don't win. Dak is a top 10 quarterback. He's right outside of that. He ain't a top 10 quarterback. He's right outside of it. I got him at 11, but I got Kirk Cousins in the teens.
I watched the ESPN poll of execs and scouts, the anonymous poll, vote him top 10. I watched the actual players vote him in the top 10 when you break down the top 100. So it ain't even about what I say. The actual his peers and the coaches and scouts voted him top 10. It is what it is.
What number was he in the top 100?
44.
I think any list that has him over Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson is ludicrous. So if any of them got that,
the players voted on that list.
Well, listen, they couldn't vote Russ. He missed too many games.
Even if you put Russ above him, Dak wasn't 10th on that list. He was like 7th quarterback wise.
I need to check that list. Top 100. Yeah, I didn't care. I just looked for my Eagle players, and that's it. You know, the young game. Where you at, Kelsey? Hey, yo, listen, they better stop disrespecting Lane Johnson. The dude didn't allow a sack last year.
So they disrespect Zach Martin. You'll be all right.
Yeah, well, no, Zach Martin was on the list. You want him
69?
higher.
69?
Okay, but listen,
look,
yo,
I respect
Lane Johnson.
I don't talk trash about most of y'all O-line. Y'all do get busy.
Yeah, Lane Johnson, that was ridiculous.
I thought Landon Dickerson and Mailata didn't make it either.
And that's what I'm saying. Well, look,
Kelsey made it, right?
Kelsey, of course.
Yeah, Kelsey gonna make it. Yeah,
and we got Kelsey Jr. right behind him. Gotta love that.
Kelsey Jr. gotta do something in the Kelsey real game before I get hyped.
Listen, Listen, this is a guy who's heavier than Kelsey and moves like Kelsey. I'm just saying.
I heard y'all talk about Jordan Davis in a month. After that little clip surfaced.
We don't have to. We don't have to, though.
Flying. I ain't see nothing in the real game.
All I know is
he don't even
triple team and quadruple teams to a rookie.
Right.
I ain't see nothing in the real game.
This the thing y'all gotta realize. This the beauty of having a good GM. We made so many moves. We don't got to talk about our rookies. Our rookies don't even have to come in and be day one contributors. They can learn. They can learn slow and come along when it's their time. But you know what I mean? Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis shouldn't even start right now. That's how deep we are.
He's generational. He ain't gonna start. I don't even know how that makes sense.
Because you got Javon Hargrave and you got Fletcher Cox. Those are Pro Bowlers. They're better than him right now.
My man to your left said he was generational.
He is generational.
You were heavy on him.
Once he step on the field and take over the reins, you're gonna see. But right now, he got two guys that's good that's in front of him.
Yeah, they great. Flex, look, I ain't got no y'all DTs is dope. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't wait to see how this rotation works. Somebody got to fill that bench.
He gonna play. Like I said, I think there's a way to get, the way to get them all on the field at least for 60% of the snaps. 55, 60% of the snaps.
He gonna have his certain packages that he play, and everybody else gonna have these certain packages that they play.
I think the Eagles are trying to transition to a 3-4. We'll be doing multiple fronts this year, this, that, and the third. But like I said though, but look, two staples of our offensive defense, Kelsey and Fletch for 10 plus years. It's a good job that I think we did just this draft. You got your guy who can replace Kelsey and guy replace Fletch for the long haul. And like I said, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had the whole question mark face during the draft live when they said Cam Jurgens. I'm like, huh? Who is he? And then, like I said,
sound better than me. I ain't know him neither.
Yeah, but like I said, if you tell me that Kelsey actually,
I like the Eagles draft class, bro. I got stoned for saying that. Like, I wasn't one of the people saying the Eagles had a bad draft. I said outside the Chiefs, the Eagles had my favorite draft class.
You covered the Chiefs. You were covering the Chiefs for the draft, right? Because I saw you coming out. You were all decked out with the suit on.
We was in there.
I was talking trash about Jordan Davis, but I ain't never say y'all draft was bad neither.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all had a good draft, but I'm not gonna say y'all didn't brick this the years 2 years prior though.
We really 20. I don't remember 2020 so much.
Yeah,
all our draft picks made the roster, and we only drafted 5 people.
Yeah.
We got 3 undrafted free agents.
Y'all hit on the draft class. Like I said, I was in, like Mike said, I was at the draft. I was sitting actually to Eagles content creators, news media. And it wasn't the AJ Brown trade that sent everyone scrambling. It was the Jordan Davis pick. That's when everyone picked up their bags, was scrambling around, because that's what really shook the walls. Then you had N'Kobe Dean. Then you had Grant, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was the draft class that really shook things. It wasn't the AJ Brown thing. Like, oh, okay, that's a cool little pickup. But it was Jordan Davis. I ain't gonna lie. I sit back in my chair a little bit. It's like, God.
Ravens was mad too, because the Ravens wanted Jordan Davis.
They were going to get him. We connected it.
Yeah, they got sniped. You know what I'm saying? So
I can't get so mad. He was never making it to us. Like, so what we was gonna do? Trade up? Like, we would never.
We wasn't. Yeah, he was. Yeah. So it's like, I'm not one of those people gonna sit here and say, they bad because they Eagles.
Who y'all picking the first round again? Offensive lineman?
Tyler Smith.
That's supposed to play in the weekend.
Well, at least he gonna get playing time for a first round pick.
That's why.
But the thing is, they didn't prepare him properly. That's the problem.
They were playing him at left guard all camp.
Playing him at guard all camp. He was playing tackle OTAs. Played guard all camp, and then all of a sudden Tyron Smith goes down. Now they want to kick him out to left tackle.
It's going to be a lot of penalties.
Probably
a lot of penalties.
He also led college in penalties.
Yeah, he's raw. He's very
raw. I
raw.
got faith in him, but what he's supposed to do? I can't just lie like, he been at guard since OTAs.
Right.
And if someone beat him, he gonna grab. He's not gonna just let that get killed. Yeah. It's gonna be all kinds of yellow on the field.
Yeah, and then Tampa, that's not no front you want to be like trying nobody out in without no proper preparation. But
now y'all understand
y'all fooled week 1.
So real quick, Professor Chaos said 9-win season last year, upgraded roster, and one of the softest schedules in years. Only equals 10 wins. That's where I say 10 wins is our floor. We're forgetting that we have, I think, the second softest schedule in the National Football League. It ain't our fault. We can only play who's in front of us.
Soft based on last year's schedule.
Last year. So things changed. By week 5, the schedule could look a lot harder because teams that were not good. But coming into it still, I'd rather be that than coming in to playing, we don't play the Bucks. We don't.
Cowboys, Christian, Jose. Like,
before Landry went down and then like AJ Brown.
Y'all people dressed up as a Cowboys fan?
Oh, my fault.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, before Landry went down and AJ Brown got traded, I would have thought the Titans was a tough game. Now it's chest stop Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the season can get weird where you think a team, or I could be overlooking the Colts right now and Matt Ryan going there and just start lighting it up, and I'll be like, okay, that game ain't gonna be fun no more. So
how you gonna combat me with stuff you steal from my channel, bro? Dre Tuck believes he knows more than the Cowboys coaching staff. Tyler Smith would have been a top 5 pick in 2023 if he transferred to Alabama. Yeah, I told y'all that, Cowboys Nation. Go ahead. That's my video. I got tweets talking about that. I'm doing the chat. Jose Alter Cowboys Christian. I don't know who y'all dressing out.
I'll be trying not to look at the chat because I'll be wanting to argue back. So I'll be
like, how you gonna combat me with some stuff you be still getting from me though? That's what I'm saying. Like, I put y'all on Tyler Smith before the draft, bro. I do the draft content.
You had a video in February.
Yeah. I had Jalen Tolbert videos in February. I'd say replace Tyron Smith with Tyler Smith out of Tulsa back in February. How you gonna tell me about Tyler Smith? All right,
they did what you wanted them to do.
No.
Yeah. Well, no, not Tyler Smith first round.
I'd have went with Jermaine Johnson, but
the Jets got him, right?
Yeah,
and look, y'all know who I wanted in Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah,
my first round, I wanted Pickett.
No, Pickett a dog. I drafted Pickett.
I wanted Pickett.
My fantasy team.
You're
gonna be a beast, George Pickett. He went to the perfect spot.
I watched him in camp, and I just wanted to find Stephen Jones' house and beat him up. Like you see.
Yeah, Steelers always fall into wide receivers. They can draft wide receivers for sure.
Right.
Philly for Life said, homie, Gallup ain't winning y'all the division.
I agree.
You're going to need a little bit more than Gallup. Like I said, the offense.
If Michael Gallup comes back in September, things change. A lot of things change.
Yeah. But
I had
we'll still
him
say
out
that
to like end of October though. Coming into ACL, but
he won't be right for at least till October though. So I'm telling you right now, we about to be 2016 Cowboys. I'm telling y'all right now. Because
you're on ground and pound.
We about to be running the ball. I'm telling y'all right now. Like,
you would think
we beefed up for it. I'm glad. I think the Giants gonna run the ball too. Saquon's supposedly healthy again.
Yeah,
I drafted him. Listen, low key, I need I got him in too many leagues. I got him in every league besides ours. So Saquon can't do me dirty.
That's the league you need him in. You need him in ours. You need running backs.
Saquon always looked great and just
right.
Yeah,
he good for that one big one. That one big 56-yard,
Hey, it's PPR. Just keep throwing to him. Just keep throwing the ball to him. Herbert said, "Bro, we own the Rams. Them boys smoking." He said, "And y'all still didn't do anything when we played." I guess that's I'm thinking it's some Cowboys
in the chat. I hope you know what be going on.
Yeah, I can't tell who's who.
They definitely, and like I said, we were way
behind. In here. It's probably all kinds of stuff going on in the chat.
Yeah,
I know.
It'd be inter-chat conversations.
Yes, sir. I've been saying that to the Cowboy fans for years. They can't win on a budget. That was the cap. That was talking about when we were talking about the cap. That's been a thorn in y'all side for sure. Created by one Jerry Jones.
But it's not the cap, y'all. It's what y'all not understanding. It's the philosophy with the cap. Because
you say you got $20 million and you're just not willing to spend it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not like it's the cap is causing this. It's just their philosophy of Stephen Jones moving forward.
But that money rolls over if you don't spend it, right?
People understand that Stephen Jones.
He trying to pay Micah early. He trying to pay Micah
early. That's what
Micah's gonna break the bank. He gonna break the bank.
He gonna end up being the highest paid at his position, like in league history, probably.
Well, it all depends. Like I said, here's what the
Cowboys not paying him as a linebacker. Y'all paying him as a defensive end. That's gonna be bread. That's why they're trying
to get him to play linebacker versus defensive end because that bag's different. So they're gonna be like, oh, he's a linebacker. They probably gonna tag him. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play all sorts of games with Micah.
That's when y'all gonna watch our fan base implode. When they tag Micah Parsons, we gonna lose it. I'm telling you right. Because it ain't like Dak. Like Dak got half the it's like what y'all dealing with. Half the fan base still hate Dak. It is what it is. Half the fan base don't like Zeke, but everybody like Micah. So when the front office do him dirty, I'm telling you.
He's definitely not going to take a linebacker contract if he's getting he's out there getting 13, 15, 17 sack seasons all under his rookie contract.
Because he could incentivize himself if he take that end position because he could say, well, if I get over 6 sacks, do I get extra? It's easier to incentivize that. Linebacker, I don't think he could cover. So he ain't getting no picks.
They're gonna put him at covers.
He ain't getting no PBUs.
They're gonna put him at covers to cheapen that bag.
Right. They're gonna make him play corner.
He gonna get 8 sacks. They're like, nah, bro, put him in coverage real quick, man, because he got to slow this down.
It's funny, Tuck, but it's sad because you're right.
Yeah.
All right, this is the last one we called up to everybody. Professor said, don't cap, Tuck. Dallas won by 2 points. Seattle had 2 touchdowns that were only 6-point plays and a drive inside the 30 that ended in a turnover on downs because their kicker went down.
Somebody's gonna tell me about a game. I was literally sitting in the end zone watching when Dak Prescott broke the freaking scramble on 4th down and he dove into the end zone. But go ahead, bro. Dude, you got.
But we're not allowed to talk about rushing stats for a quarterback.
I never said that.
I'm just kidding. No, because y'all be loving to say your quarterback is a running back. Listen, you cross the goal line. You cross the goal line. It is simple as that.
I feel like Dak Prescott's going to use his legs a lot more this season too. So.
Look, again, we do want him to be more of a consistent passer for sure, but here we're going to start. We'll start with the quarterback position. Who has the best quarterback? Eagles, Dallas. Cowboys. Who gets that? I give it Dallas.
Dallas got it. We ain't even got to go into that.
All right, so now we're going to go
to the wide receiver.
Why y'all brush past our win? Our one win, y'all was like, yeah, that's great.
I think this is the only one y'all got.
They got quarterback. Give it to him. Bye. Whatever.
Healthy wide receivers.
What's the gap
between the wide receivers?
You can have they boys healthy or whatever you want to do.
yeah, like I said, our wide receivers stack at this point.
Right.
Go ahead. Wide receiver group.
We healthy?
It's the Eagles.
Are we healthy?
Healthy?
Go ahead. Y'all can say if y'all healthy still.
It's a split.
What?
Really?
It's the Eagles. Yeah. How? Who's your third wide receiver? Let's start there.
Well, you're not gonna big up Quez Watkins. I'm not letting you do it.
Why shouldn't I?
What's he done?
He almost had 700 receiving yards last year.
He really fast. We ain't running a race. We playing football.
15 yards per catch.
What are you
want in a third wide receiver? A guy who can stretch the field. He's the perfect complementary piece to the bulldozer and AJ and the route runner. Hold on. There's 3 type of wide receivers. There's a physical one, there's a route runner one, and there's a speedster. When you combine them all together, that's when you got a very dangerous total route tree.
You missed the part. Somebody got to throw it to him.
And those numbers that he's amassed was from Jalen Hurts throwing it to him.
Yeah, I know.
15 yards a catch.
Just like when y'all used to say, well, Dak got 3,000-yard receivers. How you think they got 3,000 yards?
We gave you quarterback. We're not talking about that.
We gave you quarterback.
We're talking about this. What would you rather have? The Eagles wide receivers, or if you're outside?
Let's go AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb.
We're not going to talk about who's AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb.
AJ Brown's better than CeeDee
Brown, bro.
Oh, dear God.
AJ Brown's better than CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, all right.
AJ Brown's better than CeeDee Lamb.
I'm not doing that.
Listen, CeeDee Lamb never even been a number 1 wide receiver in his life. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith have been enough. You don't have a wide receiver on your roster with prior wide receiver 1 experience.
He had 1,100 yards last year, and he missed a game and a half.
He had 1,100 yards last year because y'all had all of those weapons, and he just so happened to feast on a lot of
weapons.
What you talking about? You had Amari Cooper, who you can't ignore. Dalton Schultz, who you can't ignore. Y'all had a running game. Y'all were one of the best balanced teams in the league.
So y'all don't have Dallas Goedert, who you can't ignore.
We do. Listen, our wide receiver core is better than y'all's.
Hold on.
That's how I feel.
Okay, hold on.
I'm just saying about the CD thing, though.
No. Okay, but listen, Tuck again.
You got a Gallup or Smith.
Even if CeeDee Lamb, in your opinion, is the best wide receiver,
you wouldn't take Gallup over Devontae
Smith. Our overall combination of wide receivers, our 3 guys versus your 3 guys, is better.
Here's the thing. Okay,
yeah, I'll give you that.
You're saying it. You're saying, yeah. All right, but look, you're saying it like this also. Your receivers are going to eat more right now because, as we talked about the last position, your quarterback is better at this point, and you guys run a pass. Again, who threw the ball more last year? What quarterback threw the ball more? Jalen Hurts or Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott. By default, the receivers are going to eat more. But let's just act like this. If we're just talking. We're talking about a wide receiver group. So let me ask you this. If Aaron Rodgers was throwing to our receivers or your receivers, which is the better group of guys?
If Gallup fully healthy?
We're talking about fully healthy. Any quarterback's going to take our 3.
Right.
How? Neither one of your guys been wide receiver 1. So I got the Eagles.
Who has been wide receiver 1?
Devontae Smith was a wide receiver 1 as a rookie. AJ Brown was a wide receiver 1 in Tennessee his whole career.
You know that thing you always big up with Jalen Hurts when you say, well, at Oklahoma, you know who his receiver was?
Was who? It was CeeDee Lamb. I understand that.
So he was the number 1, and you bring up stuff from college, so you know.
So you talking about he was the number 1 in college?
Hey, come on, you bring up college stuff too.
Mike, this is crazy.
I've heard you bring up college.
Bro, my guys were number 1 wide receivers in the National Football League.
Bring up Heisman stuff.
I'm just.
What does that have to do with the wide receivers being number 1?
Wide receiver.
Huh?
Lead the team in targets.
What about Smith
and reception?
Don't you always bring up his
high? You talking about? You got to be that man that commands a double team. You got to be that guy that everybody.
So Smith is your guy that demanded a double team last year.
He was getting bracket coverage the whole season.
I thought Goddard was your number 1, your top targeted wide receiver last year.
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
It was Smith.
Smith, and then who else? Who's the other guy?
Smith broke Deshaun Jackson's rookie receiving record. Hasn't been broken since Deshaun Jackson was a rookie, obviously.
When y'all gonna get that 1,000?
We about to get it this year. Listen, Tuck, let me ask you this, Tuck. You also got to understand that again. So what I'm saying is Devontae was our number 1 last year. Now he's going to get the number 2 DB. And I agree with you. CeeDee Lamb did see number 1 cornerback sometimes, but they did try to guard Cooper. If you don't got a DB that switches, then you're gonna share. You're gonna go against the 1 and the 2 at times. But I guarantee you the defense responsibility, the guy they were focused on more so than not was Amari Cooper. And so by that, yes, the targets might have been less for CeeDee Lamb. He'll get more volume. I drafted CeeDee Lamb. He's going to get volume. But what I want to see happen is now he's going to be the focus, especially if y'all don't. I would think y'all would run the ball, but it's Mike McCarthy. As you said, you should, but you kind of don't. With that being said, if I'm a D coordinator, it's all about slowing down CeeDee Lamb and letting other people.
How are you going to do that when he's playing in the slot primarily?
Who?
CeeDee's going to play in the slot primarily.
He was. Will he still do it now?
Yeah, he will.
What do you think
Well, then, if he don't take more, if he don't take more targets on the outside, is he a number one guy?
He's going to be on the outside.
Spent 70 to 80% of his whole year in the slot.
He's a slot.
Cooper
CeeDee
Kupp.
Lamb.
So he's not a number one?
Cooper Kupp different. Stop it.
No.
Give me a reason.
No. You're right.
What are you asking me?
He spent 70% of the year in the slot.
The Rams had receivers that could play on the outside, though. What I'm saying is, though, Tuck, from a schematic standpoint, CeeDee Lamb has the stature, can play. He can play any position on the wire. He can do anything.
Right.
So are you saying that you're better suited now to put Tolbert and who else on the outside and leave? See, the reason Kupp can play in the slot a lot is because they had Odell
Deshaun
Beckham,
Jackson, Odell Beckham, stretching the field.
outside wide receivers. I think that you'll be better suited. Y'all can play wherever you want. I'm not telling you where he's going to play.
I'm just looking at how the roster is constructed currently. That CeeDee Lamb is going to probably get a lot of his responsibility done in the slot because you're going to have Noah Brown, who's an outside guy for now. Michael Gallup come back. He's primary outside. Simi Fioco, he is outside. So in order to work the inside the hashes, right, in the slot position, it's going to be CeeDee Lamb because that's where Dak really likes to focus is inside in the middle. So I think you're going to see a lot more of CeeDee Lamb. Now you're going to see him at the outside, but Jalen Tolbert, Simi Fioco, Noah Brown, and then you can toss in like Michael Gallup when he returns. Those are all quote unquote outside guys.
So let me ask you, percent wise, do you have about how much what you said 70%? Is that what it is about?
He'll probably play 50 this year. He'll probably play 50% in the slot this year.
I would say probably 60.
I just think it's coming down. I think that he's better. I think it will come down. We'll see how all that all happens.
1-on-1 outside versus Bradbury, and
he's good
because
good.
CeeDee Lamb primarily played outside last year after Michael Gallup went down week 1 in Tampa. And then
once he played outside in Oklahoma, we bring it up college.
Well, yeah, and then once Gallup came back and returned, then you saw CeeDee shift back into the slot, so he can play the outside. He played outside for 6 weeks, right, when Michael Gallup was out.
I don't even know if we have this argument. Y'all know Lamb is good.
Lamb is great.
I'm not about to see and compare freaking CeeDee Lamb to Devontae Smith.
I just want to know if Smith better than Gallup to y'all.
Because if Devontae Smith was that guy, then y'all were idiots for going and trade to get an AJ Brown.
That's not true.
We got rid of another wide receiver.
What are you talking about? Every good team in the NFL got 3 good wide receivers.
So Amari Cooper's not that good.
That's the way of the NFL.
I'm saying the Cowboys moved on from Amari because they believe
y'all cheap.
CD.
Because come on, y'all moved on from Amari because y'all cheap.
You guys used to tell me you're only as good as your third wide receiver. Now you don't got receivers.
I'm just saying you just draft how much draft capital and volume have you guys spent to try to find a number 1 wide receiver? You just got the guy last year. It's his rookie season. You go make a trade for AJ Brown, and
Devontae still might lead the
receiver
because we're trying to win a Super Bowl.
You're right.
What are you talking about? We're trying to put pieces around our quarterback. That's what you're supposed to do. Nobody's complaining when the Bills do it. They got an elite quarterback. The Bills got wide receivers for their elite guy. Nobody's complaining when these teams do that.
You got a first-round pick, receiver in 2020, a first-round pick in 2021. Y'all gave up a first-round pick again in 2022 for a while.
And now we have Devontae Smith and AJ Brown.
Throwing a bunch of darts at the board, hoping something sticks. That's what
these two guys stuck. What are you talking about? These two guys are proven.
What's stuck?
Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. It's safe to say they both panned out. What are we talking about?
Yes.
And how?
What do you mean how?
Did you not watch
Devontae Smith has the most receiving yards for any rookie in Philadelphia Eagles history.
And you went and spent first round draft pick capital on another wide receiver.
Because he's an elite wide receiver. Who wouldn't do that?
That's Watkins.
Huh?
That could have plugged in Watkins. Why couldn't Watkins be on number 2?
Because 3 are better than 2.
Okay. Y'all had Rager, who's the number 1
Dallas Cowboys drafted drafted CeeDee Lamb while they had Amari Cooper, while they had Michael Gallup. The league is transferring to get as many wide receivers as you can.
Let me take a trip down memory lane.
The Cowboys did not make a move for Amari Cooper and then think, oh, we need to go wide receiver again. No, it's just like, damn, CeeDee Lamb just
who was on your roster when you drafted CeeDee Lamb?
And guess what?
Michael Gallup.
And
who else? Amari Cooper, right?
No, yeah, Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown. Was Beasley?
Amari Cooper was on the list. Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup were there, right?
Well, guess what? The Eagles didn't go and listen. The reason we got AJ Brown is because He fell into our lap. He was a
Y'all
disgruntled.
trading for him.
Okay, how do you?
We had 3 first-round picks. That's how you use what you got.
No, y'all could have sat back and drafted George Pickens.
Why, when we can get a guy who's only 25 and who already does this?
Because he's cheaper and he has much more upside.
Tuck.
George Pickens don't got more upside than AJ Brown. He don't got more upside than AJ Brown.
Different conversation.
It is a different conversation because George Pickens will be lucky to be as good as AJ Brown is. Stop it. We saw some preseason highlights. AJ Brown had 130 yards or something like that, and in a playoff game. Y'all seen AJ Brown last game he played in?
Regardless of whatever happened, we saw a situation where AJ Brown was a disgruntled wide receiver. We're trying to help our young quarterback. We bring in more tools to use. It's not no slight on Devontae Smith. And honestly, sitting here today, I can't tell you who has more yards, Devontae or AJ Brown. That's how it is. Let's go back to what we were really talking about, though. So I got the wide receiver group for the Eagles. LB got it. What do you got, CFT? Go ahead. You said split.
I said split because if you said we could say healthy, and I think bare minimum is split.
All right, Tuck, what you got?
I got the Eagles. Barely though, because the wide receiver 3 position.
Yeah, wide receiver 3 matters.
Yeah,
It's 11 personnel most of the times. You know what I mean? That's what the league is referring to. So you want to get 3 wide receivers on your roster so that you can play. And last year, Dak Prescott had 3 good ones.
I'll give it to y'all because I can't say Tolbert or anybody's better than.
Yeah, they're improved. I can't. So that's
so even if I want to argue about the top 2, I can't argue the third. I can't, not yet.
That's why I went right to third. There's no argument.
Yeah,
tight end position.
I feel like y'all be overhyping Watkins, but it's cool.
Tight end position. Let's start with the Cowboy people.
You talking about the tight end room? Dallas.
It'd push. You push for me.
Because after Goddard, who y'all got?
Yeah.
I mean, Calcaterra, he made some plays, but he ain't proven. Grant Calcaterra, we just drafted him.
Who's after Schultz? You like that Ferguson showed some stuff and just in
our tight ends went off in the preseason.
So it's really it's really between Schultz and Goddard, but I feel like Schultz gets involved in the offense a little bit more. And I mean, statistically, he's just as proven as Goddard. So they're kind of a push.
Bum. I wanted Schultz. I wanted us to get Schultz when he became a free agent.
Well,
Schultz not a bum at all. So.
What y'all talking?
I think Dollard is better than Schultz, but if you're going room, I think they got the better room. Because after Dollard, that'd be catastrophic if we was to lose Dollard. Like, who's going to replace Dollard? Is volume. Dollard is a security blanket.
And see, a lot of people forget, like, because it is a passing league, but people do realize though tight end is part of the run block.
Right.
They're part of that run game, and that's why, like, when you look at a Kyle Pitts and a Kittle, right? Like Kyle Pitts might be sneaking up on as a better receiver, but Kittle's a monster blocker, and that goes into it. And people don't really realize how great of a run blocker Dallas Goedert is. I think when you're looking at tight ends run blocking, there's only a couple better than Goddard, and Kittle's one of them for sure. Right. But like people, it gets thrown to the wayside now because of all the how Kyle Pitts is. And Jimmy Graham back in the day, and just receiving guys, but blocking is a big part.
1-to-1, I got to give it to Goddard. I can't say Schultz better than Goddard. I'm just talking about the room.
Yeah, I give you
from a talent perspective. Yeah, Goddard, but just how is it involved? Like what?
Yeah, what productive.
I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's that big of a gap though. I seen Schultz.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing with me and Goddard. Like I've seen Goddard drop some gimmies, and I seen Schultz catch some clutch passes. Right. Third down, Schultz catch some really clutch passes, but I seen Goddard drop some easy ass passes, yo, and it just burns me up.
Goddard can stretch that seam though, and Schultz ain't stretching.
Yeah. So I would lean towards the Cowboys, but I think after the initial 2 tight ends, then it falls off. Like it's just unproven question marks. But I like Peyton Hendershot and also Jake Ferguson. So.
Yeah, Ferguson. I
also like Grant Calcaterra. Cowboys fans throw tomatoes, but I like Grant Calcaterra. He's one of my favorite.
He just had that concussions issue. That's it.
Yeah. Because he was at OU. Saying so the whole time when he was at OU, like he was one of the top tight ends in college football. He just had the concussions, which you got to be careful about. But
definitely for sure. But yeah, I agree with LB on that take. Goddard, one hand grab. Double team catching it, but then a little out route 3 yards and he's kicking it to the Washington football team playing soccer. Like he's had some crucial drops like that, and that's what he got to clean up for sure.
And
I think all Eagle content
creators, they always on a third down.
Yeah, so he got to clean up. He's definitely the big play guy, and that's where Schultz might be more sure hand, move change, productive. But God is going to get you that 40. He's going to be one of them He's going to get you that 40-yard touchdown. He has that ability too. He just got to clean up the inside the, 10 yards, catch it, and do what you got to do. Before we get to the next position, the Digital Print House said because we aren't cheap and trying to win Super Bowls.
Facts.
I think that was one of the talks when we were talking about spending money about the wide receiver. PU said Jalen needs one playoff win to be as good as Dak. Look, Jalen got to work. I got Dak Prescott at 11. I think that's not that bad. He was a number 9 for me. He just fell off a little bit. I thought
but he had a better season.
But he needed to win. Like, come on, like that to me last year. Again, I'm an outside looking in. I just think that y'all were supposed to be better. Y'all had a squad. You were the better team over the Eagles by far.
It was a foundation. It was a foundation for our team. But yeah, to build off of which they didn't. So,
all right. So here we go. The running back position.
Cowboys.
Yeah, come on.
Next.
I'll give it to the Cowboys. I'll give it to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Not the better rushing team, but they got the better running back room.
But O-line, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick while y'all do.
Yeah, you're doing O-line. Yeah.
It's O-line. We ain't even. Yeah, I think we got the O-line.
So wait. What'd you say for the running backs though, LB?
Oh, we on running backs. Oh,
yeah. I gave it to the Cowboys. Group, we're a better rushing team, but the group in general, Zeke and Pollard.
It's the Cowboys,
Sanders
man. It's the Cowboys. Zeke still, in my opinion, one of the most solid people in the division.
Cash out, all jokes aside, question.
Go ahead.
Going into the season, who y'all got most faith in on y'all game, on y'all team running the ball? Because I think I listen to y'all. That's why I got my Eagles news. I think y'all want Gainwell to get the ball more than Sanders.
I do. I don't know. I don't think Mike do. I think Mike want to give Sanders a good try.
I still rock it with Sanders first, but like I said, last year I said this stat, and LB always like, I always say this stat when we talk Gainwell. He touched the ball 107 times, and 40 of them touches went for a first down or a touchdown.
That's crazy.
We used them in a way where, maybe you could say, well, yeah, it was 2nd and 1, and you gave it to him, and he only needed 1 yard. Still, he knows how to move the chains, score. So I want to see Miles. I want to give Miles every opportunity to get a contract somewhere else because I don't see the Eagles paying him. It's a lose-lose. If he balls out, well, we're not going to pay him top 10 running back money. And if he don't do well, that's why we drafted Gainwell, who kind of has the same skill set as a Miles Sanders. He can catch the ball. Miles was catching balls, great his rookie season. He's fell off for sure in the receiving game. We did just bring in Trey Sermon. And to me, I'm not going to hype him up crazy, but he's an unknown. I think the Niners don't really run his style. He's more of an inside zone running scheme. They're outside zone running. We do run a lot of inside. So we'll see where he goes. But nowadays, you can get a nice running back in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. And I think it sucks to just throw them to the wayside. But you see a lot more teams now. If you don't got the Henry or whatever, you just get a group of backs that can share the rock and, keep that committee unless you got a superstar. But the lifespan of a running back ain't that long. And it's like you draft him as a rookie, 5 years. Now you got to pay him. Well, guess what? It's going to be hard for a running back to be good the tail 3 years better than he was 5. So you can only really pay him for what he's done for you because 5 years of toting the rock 300 times a season, he's not going to be better in year 6, 7, 8 than he was in 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? So it's tough.
I don't know. I think if they never started incorporating, Pollard, I feel like Zeke would have still just been a monster. I think what's holding Zeke back is him actually having to share the rock because he actually could take some very, very few and seldomly you can get a guy that can take that punishment week in and week out. You know what I mean? Like AP, right? Like AP could take that punishment when he was a little younger. What's the guy? Fred Taylor. What's the other guy I'm thinking of? Frank Gore. Been taking that punishment for a long time. I think Zeke is cut from that style of back that he can still carry the ball 25 times a game and just got to go sit in the ice tub and be okay.
Yeah, he looked like the guy that Zeke gets better as the game goes on. He's right. Running back to me where he needs more touches and he'll continue to work. But the other thing the Cowboys did is they just stopped running the ball. They passed the ball so much. And I said ever since I met CFT, ever since I met you guys, I said this on all the streams.
You got a top 10 quarterback. He can stop running the ball. He can pass a little bit, Mike.
But here's the thing, though. I think again, here's the thing. Y'all went farther in the playoffs, or you're at your best when you were more of a balanced team. Your stats went up, of course, top 5, all blah blah blah. But I just say, I always said this to CFT. I'll be nervous if for some strange reason one of your coordinators wake up and say, you know what? Yes, we have a top 11 quarterback. And so we got to pass the ball.
What you about to do with no receivers? What you think we about to do?
I hope you still pass the ball.
What you think we about to do? We ain't got no choice. You about to get all this Zeke.
I think if y'all, because if y'all are more balanced, it's just gonna.
You know what's gonna make me mad? National media gonna be like, "Told you, give it to Zeke," and I'm gonna be like,
"Right." They definitely gonna say that. They've been saying it though.
All right, so we running back goes to
2,000-yard rushers from Dallas.
That'd be wild for sure.
I'm with it.
I Zeke, when y'all were playing y'all fantasies, did Zeke and did anybody? My bad. Did anybody draft them in the first round, or did anybody got Zeke on your fantasy team? Y'all don't play fantasy?
My fantasy league fell through, so
you should have came in ours.
We was talking big money, man. The cats had a deposit, so I snatched. I was like, nah.
I hope they're not watching, Chuck. They're gonna be
ours wasn't crazy expensive. I think ours was like 100.
Yeah,
everybody had their bread though, so it's fun.
We was doing 500, man. And cats want to talk about layaway and all that. I was like, nah, we're not.
Nah. But I can't do 500 because then as soon as I play 500, I know my team gonna get injured or something. I'm gonna be mad as hell.
But it brings you, because when you make like $50 or $100, like you're just not as invested in it. When you put $500 on,
oh yeah, you on that.
Yeah, you make sure you up every Saturday morning. Make sure you line up right.
You ain't just gonna be just trading all friendly. I'll give so and so. Like, nah, bro, I wanted your full commitment. So
checking waiver wires and everything. Like, nah.
Yeah, you put in the work. Yeah, so
that's for sure. Yeah, I definitely my running back situation is not that great on mine.
Huh? It is what it is. The league don't respect. They think it's over.
Yeah, like I was trying to get Zeke because I thought your wide receiver position will make them run the ball more, and I also got me my CD Lamb shares because of the volume and PPR. I think he's going to be throwing the ball a lot.
I got Zeke on my bench. I got Zeke and Pollard, I think.
There you go.
Not in our league.
I don't. Who league I got him in? Oh, I got him in my other league.
Get you a feed.
I got Dak in our league though.
You watch us closely, man.
What you mean? Tom Brady or Dak? You know what I mean? I need it. See, we don't play defense or special teams.
Oh,
wait.
Oh.
We play two flex positions, no defense and special teams. So you need as many playmakers as you could draft.
Yeah.
You got Dak in yours?
Yeah, I got Dak, but he ain't starting.
Who's starting? Russell Wilson?
Tom Brady. Tom Brady, I think. Yeah, Tom Brady starting.
Well, I can't say that
this time. You use Dak Prescott on Tom's bye week. Hopefully, you don't get too much.
I ain't got no listen. He's an honorable substitute.
You're gonna be playing.
He's honorable. He's right outside the top. He's just 11. He's really good.
You can't be mad at that.
I don't believe y'all, man.
Real quick. Shout out to War. He said anything can happen in the division. Those first 6 games are very important for Dallas. They can't come out 2-4 in that stretch, or it's a rapsy scapsy.
Facts.
I agree.
Yeah. But like you said, the tail end of the schedule is crazy.
I think we're on O-line now.
O-line, here we go.
I got it.
Yeah, we got it. We didn't even got that.
I'll argue right guard, and that's it. Only argue right guard.
Go.
I think our second string offensive line can start for a lot of teams.
Here's the crazy part. Why don't people hype up y'all O-line? Why is it always still we hear all about Dallas? Y'all offensive line's been better than Dallas for past 4 to 5 years.
I know it. But listen, y'all are Dallas. Like people always gotta hype y'all up so y'all can buy tickets and go to these games.
And that's what I want you to understand. Y'all are just like us. Y'all do big numbers, content creators, right? And y'all always have these little trolls in y'all chat just looking up to y'all, always want to say something, always want to poke LB, always want to say Mike don't know what he's talking about. That's who y'all are to the Dallas Cowboys. It's just that
Come on.
We just trolls to y'all? Listen,
here we go. I knew he was gonna bring up the whole rivalry stuff.
I ain't never met a troll. I ain't never met a troll that won. I never met a troll that won. All my trolls don't have no victories.
They gonna win. It's a troll.
Oh, my whole none of my trolls never won. Never got a win
to you someday where you just like,
bro. Tuck me real calm with his hate. He's like, look, man, y'all know.
Y'all understand it. Y'all understand it. Y'all like, man, who is this little nobody on Twitter always talking to me about something? Like that's how I feel when
Yo, you sure letting us know every position better than yours right now?
Look,
I said that when we did our show. I ain't gonna change.
All right, look, and I'm just gonna say this one thing. Tuck's right. Dallas Cowboys do have a rivalry with the Washington football team. They are competing who can be out the NFC Championship the longest, and they've been going at it for years. That is the
look. This is the biggest lie. This one I knew they were scared. This is when I knew it. I knew they were scared when they was trying to make it seem like we ain't got no rivalry. I hate that.
Yo, not
in the same division.
Yo, not all
in the same division. Oh, so we ain't so it ain't a rivalry.
Is the New York
in the same division.
It's still supposed to be with the Giants.
It's not.
How are we supposed to be with the Giants? You know what? You know what? Our rivalry is the Giants. You're absolutely right. Because we the only ones that beat Tom Brady.
I know where you're going.
We the only ones. We the only ones that been holding this popsicle stick of a division together. We got the last ring.
All right.
Yo,
you're right. We shouldn't be beefing with y'all. You're absolutely right.
When we talk about that.
Here's my whole take on it. And this is, I swear by it. And listen, Jay Tuck had his own Twitter. Cowboy people agree with me. I think, again, rivalry to everybody is based on your age. Again, back in the day, Washington and the Cowboys were like legit. You can go back and all Tuck's proof is in 1987, the Cowboys and the Redskins. And listen, I agree. But again, I think a Cowboy fan who's under 30 has more beef with the Eagles because forget the Super Bowl. But guess what? When you look at the division, it goes Eagles, Cowboys, Cowboys out. No, nobody wins double. But it goes back and forth. Wins. We sweep you, y'all sweep us. Not the last 3 years, y'all had it. But in somebody who's 30 years old, I think that is what it is. And so Tuck doesn't believe me. Now, you know the funny thing is
social media because y'all have 1,000 trolls in here talking. If me and you collab with some Washington, I don't think I ever even did a Washington collab. I think Rio's probably the only person I know. So that's why it's because of social media. We keep the whole Twitter lit, bro.
Y'all talking before he was on YouTube.
You don't play all your starters in a meaningless game if it ain't a rivalry. If you just want to try to embarrass somebody, you don't do that if it's not a rivalry.
So y'all want the reason why we play?
You want to tell us about seeding and positioning and all that? I know that's what you're going to do.
Here's where it is. Story time. Why did the Cowboys play their starters in their offense going into that game? Because their offense was off track versus the Cardinals the game before, and they wanted to find a rhythm going into the playoffs.
It ain't working.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was why, because our offense struggled, and so instead of kind of going off of that last game versus the Cardinals, when we laid a goose egg, let's try to find some rhythm, some continuity versus the Eagles. We played for a little bit.
You're right, it did work. Y'all was high fiving, y'all was tap dancing, y'all was jumping around, smiling.
And I even had the tweet that said, "Watch the Cowboys too."
That boombox.
Yeah,
you had to be quiet.
Yeah, and that's why I told everybody on Twitter, like, watch the Cowboys try to sell. They're gonna get Amari Cooper involved versus the Eagles to get all the Cowboys fans back on track. I'm not buying it. I tweeted that.
Okay, I'll give you that, but like I said, I still stand by.
And we beat y'all 21-6 in the fourth quarter too. Of that game.
Yeah, because we were already done.
Was already in the playoffs.
It was over.
We were already in the playoffs too.
Yeah, when y'all put your second string in, we were signing people at halftime. We were done. We weren't trying to get no depth hurt. You know what I mean? Okay. With all that being said, I still stand by, and I love it because the young Cowboy fans were like, I gotta agree. I see more. Again, I think that it's an age thing because
I respect that.
Social media.
It makes sense. Media. But I'm with Tuck too because I'm older, so I remember the beef with the Redskins or whatever.
Yeah, so social media is a way to accentuate, the current rivalry. You know what I mean? It might not be us in 2 more years. It might be somebody. Listen, you got to be good to be a rival. Who been the best the last 5 years in the division? It's the Eagles. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody wants smoke with us in the division.
But I'm saying it's always the rivalry has already been set before us. You can't just change it. Like it's always going to be, no matter what. If Florida State has a back and forth in the ACC with Clemson, it's always going to be Florida State, Miami. It's always going to be Ohio State, Michigan.
So in your estimate, it's always going to be Washington.
It's always going to be Washington.
If they act together, we would really be with them.
Y'all not even the Redskins. They're not even the Redskins anymore.
Think about it.
They snatched that away from you guys.
You could say that, but if you think about it, the team that has really left blood in our mouth recently, it's been Washington over y'all.
I mean, yeah,
I disagree.
He's talking about on a mano fight
Thanksgiving. Even last year, we struggled versus Washington. They left more blood in our mouth than the Eagles have recently in the last 2 seasons.
We ended y'all season in 2019 though. Nobody hurt y'all the way we hurt y'all
in the last 2 seasons though.
Washington won the division in 2020.
Our 2-year-olds fans. What I'm saying is people. Somebody sitting in their living room right now, 25, has been beefing more with the Eagles than he was beefing with Washington when y'all had that bad blood. And actually, if you type it in on Google,
on social media,
check it out. If you type it on Google, Dallas Cowboys rival, it actually comes up 2 different ways. They'll say current Eagles, and it will say tradition Washington. You can do it.
Yeah.
And so look, again, my whole thing is this though. I don't really care who you dislike more.
Y'all want to be our rivals. I'm giving it to you, Mike, bro. Y'all can be our rivals.
Listen,
I'm signing off.
No,
you can have it.
You're on the other age gap. You in the other age gap. I'm 30. I don't like y'all. I'm 31.
I don't like them either. I don't like them.
You don't like us because we everything y'all envy, bro.
That's not true. That's not true, though. That's not true. I'm gonna tell y'all. Here is the real reason. This is an exclusive. This is the real reason why I don't like the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, let's hear this.
The real reason why. Because I don't like pretenders. I don't like it. I don't like people who think they're good, but they're really not. I've been calling that type of behavior out my whole life. Everybody think they good, but I'm just in the back like, they really ain't like that. They ain't like that. We like that. We the ones that done been to the playoffs 4 out of the last 5 years. They talking like they us.
Y'all look in the mirror and see yourselves as that, but y'all not really what y'all see when y'all look at yourself in the reflection. That's the point.
When we beat y'all, it really hurt, don't it? It cut deep.
It really don't. It don't hurt because I know. No, it don't hurt. I'm telling you. I be mad for a day.
Bad chick, bro. But y'all
I be mad for a day.
Take them filters.
I come to the realization that the win ain't gonna benefit y'all long term because y'all not even gonna go to the NFC Championship.
Take them filters off.
Let me just say this real quick. To co-sign what LB said, my main thing is this. He say pretenders. I look at it like this. Y'all say that you're America's team, right? That's why you get more hate from regular Denver. You got a Miami Dolphin fan in here like, yeah, I hate it. So what I'm saying is, look, listen.
It is what it is.
What I'm saying is this, though. Y'all are the rich kid that never worked for it. What I'm saying is this, though. You got money in your pockets, right? But how'd you get that money? I asked my parents. Guess what? I went to work.
Lambos.
Again, in my age, we're talking about my age. Listen, y'all got 5 Lombardi. That's true. But again, growing up as an Eagle fan my whole life, I look at y'all like, really, though? And I got Cowboy friends, barely. Because they're Cowboy, they would be a lot cooler in my circle if they just would leave that team. But all that being said, I look at them and I say, look, all joking aside, bro, I've had a pretty good football life. Y'all, you didn't. So all I say is the rich kid that don't know how he got the money. I know I put that 80 hours in. That's how I got my paycheck.
Let me tell y'all a little story about how we got the money. Remember that word dynasty y'all brought up an hour ago? Because we had a dynasty. So everybody
ain't got no new money, Tuck.
But listen, old money is still good.
Money better than new money.
No, it ain't. It's not. It's not. I'm gonna tell you why. Look at y'all. Look at y'all latest Super Bowl ring and look at ours. They wasn't making VVS.
No, I wouldn't look your Super Bowl ring kind of trash, to be honest with you.
No, but you want to know? But you want to know what was different in our ring? VVS diamonds. They wasn't doing that when y'all.
Lord forbid something happens to.
No, they had diamonds. They had the lowest quality of diamonds. The diamonds that's in y'all ring right now don't even sell no more.
Something happens to us right now after this show. Who has seen more Super Bowls in their lifetime? Me or you, LB?
How old are you?
Me. I've seen more. I've seen all 3 of them.
How old are you?
3 of them. Got hats. I got shirts. I'm 38. Got hats, shirts.
I seen 2. I seen 2.
You were like 10. Yeah, but listen, did you understand what a 4-3 defense
was?
Here we go.
You got Eagles fans right now who don't know what a 4-3 is. Right?
Of course we know. Of course we know y'all ain't drink no liquor back then. Of course we know.
This is tough.
How you know I have bad parents and I wasn't just drunk?
Y'all had a Batman sippy cup.
Look, my man Tuck was asking his dad, wait. So who gets ball at halftime? After halftime, wait. What happens after 4th down? What do you guys have?
I had the Dion bandana, bro. I had the
he said, Dad, why are they kicking into the other team?
I've seen
what's going on?
That might apply to a Cowboys fan who's 20 and 21. Y'all can talk that to them. Y'all can't talk that to me. I've seen more Super Bowls in my lifetime than y'all probably ever see the rest of y'all's.
That's true. We only need one more to tie that. We only need one more to tie that.
You're not seeing another 2.
Out his mouth on the stream.
We only need one more. Tuck, what are you talking about? I've seen 2 Super Bowls.
We've been to 2.
You ain't say Super Bowls don't expire on your string?
And I'm still standing by that. I didn't say y'all's don't expire. I'm telling you that the material, I'm telling you that the materials used to craft your ring is different now, 30 years later. The diamonds, I got chains with the diamonds that's in your ring. I got chains with the diamonds that's in your ring right now. That's what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you, y'all rings ain't, it's a regular ring. We could buy them now.
In the market, you would have to value to get the same value. You got to sell all 5 for the price of our 1 for market value.
Exactly. It's money is different. See, listen, y'all had money and y'all was the only ones with money. Now the playing field was leveled by the salary cap. Everybody got the same amount of money, and let's see who can rise to the top when everybody got the same amount of money. It's not y'all. Y'all not built like that. Y'all need to get y'all some accountants, some mathematicians, because y'all spending the money wrong in the building.
We not spending.
They're not spending the money. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all want to tell us about the Forbes list and about y'all big screen TV that hang over the stadium? Yeah. We don't care about that.
That ain't my argument.
Let's get the D-line.
But that was me and Tuck's whole thing. I'm like, look, I just never met somebody.
Y'all are internet rivals. Y'all are internet rivals.
Organization that cares more about the bottom. Well, everybody cares about the bottom line, but they all just front runners. But let's get back to it. We're gonna go
to care about the bottom line.
We're gonna go to defensive line.
Go ahead. Who you got?
Who y'all got? We let Cowboys go first because we should already know the answer to this.
Tackles, y'all. Edge us.
Defensive line.
Yeah,
I'm splitting it.
Splitting it. D tackles us.
D tackles, y'all. Edge rushers us.
No, I got the Eagles totally for offensive line.
You crazy?
You mean defense?
No, I can talk about it though because I don't think Tank Lawrence is better than Brandon Graham. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call a spade with that. But I don't think Tank Lawrence is better than Brandon Graham. Josh Sweat is a Pro Bowler. Now you got Hassan Reddick that's coming off the edge, who's done exactly what Micah Parsons did. This is the thing. Micah Parsons is a dog, but is Micah Parsons gonna get you another double-digit sack season? I don't think so. We know who you are now. I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna do it again.
What is he?
You gotta show me.
How you know what Micah Parsons is?
He don't come from the edge.
What are you talking about? We know who he is. We know that he is best suited to come off of the edge. We know he ain't.
Are we not? Parsons and are we using Parsons and Reddick as the linebacker group?
They cancel each other out.
They
cancel each other out.
You said what?
Hassan
Reddick and Micah Parsons cancel each other out coming off the edge.
Right. Okay.
Just as productive or not.
Y'all was playing Hassan Reddick.
Michael Parsons is younger. The stat line is the same.
Y'all passing Hassan Reddick's bags up tonight. Yo, man, get out. Get out.
Yeah.
Listen, get out. I'm saying the level of production will be the same, no matter what guy you have. The level of production.
I respect Reddick. He a beast, but he's not even coming close to Parsons. What Parsons creates for our defense is mismatches, period. We move him around for a reason. He got 6 sacks going up the AB gap. He got another like 7 going on the edge. It ain't just the edge.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I understand. You're a chess piece.
Okay. How many sacks do Hassan Reddick go? I'll get that information for you because he gets sacks moved around too. Yeah, they literally are used the same way in most cases.
How many sacks did Parsons have last year? 13. And our guy had what?
Nah, hold on. I don't think he had 13 sacks.
Yeah, he did. That's go look.
And Reddick had what? 11. Somebody in the chat let us know what Reddick had.
I think it was 13 right? and a half. You want to keep it funky?
Look, I think you try. I think you try to put an extra sack on there.
Look, he almost got cursed record. I'm not playing.
Real quick, shout to Philly Irish Drew with the $2 Super J. He said Cowboys start 1-4 and miss.
He had 13.
The playoffs.
13.
13 is a good number for a rookie, which is why.
And just not knowing what he's out there doing. It's out there just playing. Off of pure instinct.
Best player in the league. You know he that dude.
No, he is that dude, but he's not gonna get 13 sacks again.
He's not gonna get canceled out by no Hassan Reddick either.
No. I gotta say Reddick can't cancel him out. So, but I want to know where we're putting them. Are we putting them in the linebacker group? Or are we putting them on the
linebacker core?
All right. So if Parsons ain't on your edge, well then I'm taking R still too. And that Brandon Graham Tank Lawrence thing is this: both of them do something that don't get put on the stat sheet. They're great at stopping the run.
They are.
That don't get awarded enough to defensive ends. However, again, I want to see how he comes back from this Achilles. all his words are, this wasn't even the worst injury he had to overcome. He said his knee was worse. He looks vibrant. We'll see. He had a year off. The last time we seen him, he had 9 sacks. And it's weird. Normally, defensive ends get worse as they get older. Every year he got older, he added an extra sack to his arsenal because he's been more of a run-stopping defensive end. So, and that's where you can argue Tank too.
If go against each other, it'd be 70 years of experience on the edge.
Peters gonna end up on his back going against BG.
BG guy here. They know each other really well.
Peters ain't weak. You just hate now.
No, he ain't. He's not weak, but he's not weak. But I think he just want to test himself. He just want to get beat up his last year. That's on him.
He just want to get that bag real quick, Joe. He said many times in interviews, Dallas Cowboys organization is arrogant, right? I saw that tweet flipping around, and that's why. Listen. Look, I'm not asking him to do it, but if we see some longest yard, I'm gonna let a guy go by one time. I ain't even, you know what I mean?
We're gonna see it. Well, I guarantee you,
we gotta give the Eagles one.
He's gonna give us a couple of thank yous.
Fred Jerry slid in his pocket. He got a little extra Jerry. Said, "Hey, my man,
you're not gonna see him, bro." That's
listen, Orlando Scandrick pulled back. Listen, y'all had Tavon Austin, right? Remember, I said this to you. I'm not saying DeMarco Murray and Miles Austin, all of them were bad, but there was a legit play. Scandrick had Tavon Austin, and I know he's shifty and quick, but the dude gave up on it. Orlando Scandrick just stopped running and let Tavon Austin run in the end zone.
Peters ain't putting no bad tape out there. He's a Hall of Famer. If he can play, he gonna try. If he can, he just can't.
I know.
If we'd have brought back Jason Peters, you would have been the first laughing. You would have been the first. If we had a need to fill.
That's how this goes. That's just how it goes. Y'all supposed to laugh at
all right. I'm just making sure you're keeping it 100. If we'd have brought back old ass Jason Peterson with Jason Peters with a need to fill at left tackle, you would have been letting me know.
You got to take that the game. That's the game.
That is the game. All right. I just make sure we play the same game now.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is because left tackle is such an important position, right? It's that blind side to your quarterback.
That's right though. He probably not even gonna play. But I'm just talking trash because I know it's funny.
I'll give you that. So Tuck said D tackles Eagles outside Cowboys. What do you got, CFT?
Yeah, I got a push. Y'all D tackle them crazy. And I ain't saying y'all edges is super duper trash. I just think our edge is better. We got too many. Our rotation is crazy. Because Sam Williams
who's our rotation?
A rookie.
We got D-Law. We got what's his name? Dante Fowler. We got Sam Williams, and we got Dorrance Armstrong. I would say about 4.
How many of them made the Pro Bowl last year?
Oh, and Terrell Basham. My fault.
How many of them made the Pro Bowl last year?
That was it.
Oh, how many made the Pro Bowl the year before that?
Talking about Pro Bowls?
Yeah, you had an edge rusher make the Pro Bowl the year
Pro
before.
Bowls don't matter.
Listen, please just answer my question.
Well, I thought we were talking about rotational depth though, because
I'm gonna bring up our depth quarterback, and I don't want to hear it.
Our depth is coming back. Listen, Josh Sweat made the Pro Bowl.
I ain't gonna want to hear it when we get to corner.
Josh Sweat, one of our edge rushers, made the Pro Bowl. Derek Barnett is competent. He could play rotation. He ain't got to start.
Ever or last year?
He made it last year. Of course, you had edge rushers that made it. When the last time an edge rusher for the Cowboys made the Pro Bowl? That's a better question. What was it, Tank Lawrence 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Well, Tank had to make it once.
I remember Robert Quinn.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Robert Quinn was one of them. But listen, when Tank got that bread, he had a really, really good season. That's what got him. Again, he does a lot.
Bro. Tank missed 8-9 games last year with a broken foot.
Yeah. Who?
I think it's us. I think it's us for edge. I think it's us for edge and D tackle because
Tank might end up playing edge. Tank,
because y'all needed help there, so I can't give y'all edge. That's just me.
I'm taking edge. It's not even a question.
I got
32nd in sacks last year. Y'all D line borderline trash.
No, we lost Brandon Graham, who's now coming back. We lost Brandon Graham, who was a Pro Bowl. Listen, we've had an edge rusher make the Pro Bowl the last 2 seasons. Y'all haven't.
What was y'all ranked in sacks last year?
Because our Pro Bowl edge guy was out of the season, out for the season.
You gotta show me though. I can't just give it to him.
He's shown it before. He's a guy that's produced before. You counting Sam Williams? Any rookie
last year?
We were second to last.
How many sacks did Sam Williams have in college though?
That don't have nothing to do with what we talking about. Why we keep doing
that? We can't base. All right.
Every college player was good in college.
But at the end of the
that's
day,
why they got drafted.
Who had more sacks?
Then they got here, and some of them ain't even make the roster this past year.
Yeah, but look. You had more sacks again, though. Check this out, though. Yes, well, that does matter for sure. But
that
again,
matters.
You would also look at we were one of the least least amount. We send the least amount of blitzes too. So sacks are not only
Oh,
relied on your
yeah,
front
yeah,
four.
yeah.
No. Hold up though. My whole thing is this though: if you blitz Parsons from the linebacker spot and you get a mean sack, you're gonna say, "Oh, that goes because of your front four is dirty."
Who else blitzed?
Huh? No.
What sacks? We still got more sacks than y'all.
No.
Y'all listen. Y'all absolutely
had
have more sacks than us.
Y'all,
but nobody from the edge is that
Why
guy.
wasn't y'all blitzing a lot last year?
Micah Parsons changed how you guys get
playing
pressure.
conservative.
Concerned about y'all secondary.
He was playing conservative.
Concerned about y'all secondary.
Fletcher, yeah, he was. He was worried about our secondary for sure. That's why he has no excuse not to blitz. And listen, for what we think about Jonathan Gannon, he's been consistent in the sense that he did not like how our linebackers and secondary was at times last year. And so he definitely sugarcoated and to protect that. All that being said, there's no reason why he should have defensive end Derek Barnett chasing a running back or guarding a running back when you're going out for a pass.
Fletcher Cox covering the flats.
It's covering the flats. And that was all predicated off of, man, we don't like these linebackers and we don't like our corners besides Slay. With all that being said, it changed, but I will give it. I'm going to say push on the edge because Cowboys got some rushers. I think their D line is good, but what puts them over what will put them over the top is just Michael Parsons in general. I do think you're gonna, and again, I also got to sit back. I got to sit back and take that 30-second. Yeah, again, but because we were 31st in sacks, I can't. I can't toot any horn. That's an untootable horn. I know BG's back. I know Fletch will be used differently. He's even said it, and we started using him different after he spoke out about being in the flats, but I still got it because we were that was bad. That was bad.
It's something we got to prove. We got to prove we can get pressure. So I guess we could do push on the edge. I ain't giving it to him because I think we got the better players. I think we could do push on the
edge. We got to push. All right, let's go to the linebackers now, and this is where it gets. I'm gonna have to. I gotta just because Michael Parsons is in the building. And he makes up for the most. I love listen, Kaiser White. My man said he was going to get a pick in 2 quarters or a pick in 2 series. He got it. I think Kaiser White, Nakobe Dean, and Hassan Reddick is definitely make our linebacker group as best as it's been in a long time. But just because they got Michael Parsons, who
and as LB
he's going to be making plays
at the Pro Bowler. We got 3 Pro Bowlers.
Michael Parsons don't put in no work from that spot like that though.
He can blitz at the linebacker position. He still blitzes that there too.
He don't put no work in at that spot. If you so by room, the Eagles got the better linebacker room. I'm sorry, we got the better linebacker room by room. Right? They got the best linebacker in the division, but we got the better room.
You crazy?
They got one of the best linebackers in the league.
3 Pro Bowlers?
Anthony Barr, Pro Bowler.
Not last year.
It didn't matter. LB said it don't matter.
Yeah.
Anthony Barr is a Pro Bowler, but Anthony Barr, he ain't that volume guy that's playing.
Hey, you talking age? Because I just heard about Brandon Graham.
Right. But Brandon Graham, 36.
He just made the Pro Bowl last year. The year before last, before he got hurt.
Time he played.
The last time he played was a Pro Bowl season.
Pro Bowler.
Linebackers.
I was wearing masks in the store when he was a Pro Bowler. It was a minute.
Wait, all right. So name all your linebackers again. I know Michael. I know who we know.
Anthony
who Michael
Barr
Parsons
and Leighton Vander has been a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, like before his neck problem.
It don't matter.
Right. Hold on. Y'all not gonna sell me on Van Der Esch no more. Y'all don't even like.
You're not gonna sell me on Pro Bowls at any time in your career.
Right.
Hold on. No, I don't think LB really meant that. Again, Josh Sweat. He was talking about Josh Sweat, who was a Pro Bowler last year, and I'm saying BG was a Pro Bowler last time he played. We can't be going to 1997 Pro Bowls.
Bro,
man, Anthony Barr has not been a Pro Bowl for a while.
18.
Right.
He hasn't been a Pro Bowl for a while.
He hasn't been to a Pro Bowl since his rookie year, right?
Rookie year. That's right.
That's horrible.
Right.
With that being said,
hey, look. That's that old. Y'all be bringing up that Super Bowl. What we talking?
All right. So wait.
They don't got the better room, man.
Jabril Cox too.
Yeah, and you know you like Jabril Cox. I've seen y'all make videos on Jabril Cox. I'm a fan.
I like him.
So wait.
I like him. But we got the better room.
How do y'all feel about Kaiser White, Mister?
I'm not even gonna hate. He's a good linebacker.
All right. Let me ask you this. Besides, look, Micah beats Parsons. Micah beats Reddick for sure, right? But if we take them 2 aside,
yep.
So Kaiser White, Nakobe Dean, and TJ Edwards. You like TJ Edwards, Nakobe Dean, and Kaiser White, or you like Van Der Esch, Anthony Old Bar and
Old
Jabril.
Bar. Brandon Graham's his young environment. Okay.
No, dog. If you take out Micah Parsons and if you take out Hassan Reddick, they don't have a linebacker better than TJ Edwards, bro.
Anthony Barr,
I don't even got to talk about Kaiser White. They don't have a linebacker better than TJ Edwards.
So how good was Anthony Barr last year? I know y'all must have did your research after you signed him.
35 is not old. Respect.
No. Again, I'm talking about old when it comes to Pro Bowls. How was he? Go ahead. Let me know. What would you rate his season last year for the Minnesota Vikings, Anthony Barr? Somebody let me know. B.
I'm about to look it up right now.
I think he had a decent season.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just
it ain't about
blowing.
Trust me, it ain't about
the defense.
Jalen Smith had like 160 tackles.
First of all, arguing
he had 3 picks. He had 3 picks. That's noble. He had
arguing the linebacker room. A lot of us is not going to be in base formation in the first place, right? So it's probably going to get to the next position. So you're probably only going to use 2 linebackers, and Micah Parsons is going to be one, and then you'll probably have your middle linebacker be, Leighton Vander Esch, whoever, right?
Base personnel is like going nowadays. Like NFL teams are in nickel and dime. If you combine nickel and dime, it's like 80, 85, 80%. You only get 20% based on
Cox, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the thing when it comes to the linebackers. Like you're not going to see a lot of 4-3 personnel.
We sidebar, so when we rush Parsons, he can be good in coverage. Just like LB said, he got 3 picks. That's his best attribute right now. He a coverage linebacker.
Since LB said that, I'll probably again. I put Micah Parsons just having him.
He's top dog.
He's a monster.
You got to rank the linebackers, but our room is better.
Admit this though. Y'all defense ain't leaps and bounds above ours like y'all be acting.
It is now.
I mean,
this offseason has made it leaps and bounds.
No.
Listen, we didn't get to the safety room.
I want to see a defense when you're not getting takeaways though. And
you don't even
takeaways
play safety fully, and you ain't gonna throw him in front of me like he a full-time safety because I already can hear it coming.
CG Gardner Johnson is a safety.
He can play. He can play either one. He
can play and have you.
He's above average at both positions.
He's not better than Jerron Kirsten and Malik Hooker. He can't.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
yes,
not.
he is.
No, he's not.
He would be on the bench on Dallas.
All right. That's ludicrous.
I know y'all
just don't want to give it up.
Y'all been.
I just giving it up to y'all.
We just had Anthony Harris on a practice squad who would damn sure make y'all active roster.
You would not. I know it sounds crazy that the Cowboys are covered at safety, but we are covered at safety, bro.
Anthony Harris wouldn't even make our team.
I might look. I might have to listen. I think CJ Gardner's a dog. He played 80 snaps.
I got someone to check on me a homer, man. Good looking, man. I appreciate that.
80. He did play. It's not like he's never played safety. He's played 80 snaps in a Saints uniform at safety. But I still would say I got to give the edge. And I think Epps is going to ball, but I'll give y'all the safety.
Curse had the same stats as Buda Baker last year.
I'll give you the safety room. I don't know if LB is. I know LB is looking some up. So
safety.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I know it hurt.
I know.
I give it to him.
You gotta throw him a bone every once in a while.
I give it to him. I give it to him.
Nah, I'll give him this. All right, now this is where it's gonna be a lot of arguing. So
corners, Cowboys.
This is where it's gonna be arguing. The cornerbacks in its totality. Again,
this definitely Cowboys. If y'all room weak.
Avonte Maddox is one of the best slots in the game.
So is Gardner Johnson is one of the best slots in the game.
Maddox is nice.
Darius Slay not nice.
No. Darius Slay just not better than Diggs.
Man. That's the biggest lie of offseason.
I've been saying it though. Ask Mike. I've been saying that for 2 years.
No, you have been saying it. You have been saying it. It's the biggest lie. It's the biggest lie ever told to me.
Before that last interception.
It's hard.
You then, if I'd have tweeted you, they'd be like, "Who's this crazy dude tweeting at me?" Like for no apparent reason.
All I'm gonna say is this real quick. It's hard to look. I can't discredit a double digits interception. You can't discredit an all pro for sure. Again, Slay, the thing Slay doesn't always show up. One of the things is they don't throw his side that much, right? They were able to target Steven Nelson last year because Steven Nelson, Slay's a guy, and sometimes Slay travels once in a while. He didn't travel all last season, but he's traveled against the Jets. He traveled against the Panthers. He traveled against a couple other teams too. He didn't travel all season, but any corner that travels, you respect that because it ain't easy to do. Diggs said it out of his mouth, but all pro is all pro. So that is undeniable. Now, do I have concern?
He made a Pro Bowl.
Huh?
He made a Pro Bowl too. Diggs made a Pro Bowl.
All Pro beats the Pro Bowl. So would that be because Slade made the Pro Bowl too? With that being said, again, and I know you guys are poo-pooing on Bradbury, but again, Anthony Brown.
So I'm gonna send you them stats, Mike. I ain't gonna argue this. So you can just say that Bradbury's better than Brown, so we don't gotta argue for 20 minutes. But I'm gonna send you the stats and see if you keep it real.
Again, he played for the Giants. He guarded the number one the majority of the time. Anthony Brown didn't guard the number one the majority of the time.
He's one of the top-rated man press corners in the NFL, though. Anthony Brown.
Did he make the Pro Bowl last year?
No, we didn't vote. Cowboys fans, we got to vote for the Pro Bowl, man.
Yeah, apparently we don't.
I'm just asking. I mean, that's one of the easiest ways to measure success, man. I'm saying though, if you get voted as one of the top guys, how is it not?
Because
Bradbury made Pro Bowl. Listen, we're not going to downgrade how much the Pro Bowl means just because y'all guys ain't making it. Bradbury made the Pro Bowl as a Panther and got a big extension. Nobody's going to pay Anthony Barr that type of bread they paid Bradbury in New York.
Well, no. Let me just say this real quick with Bradbury, right? Listen, playing with a bad team is also going to make you look bad regardless.
That's why I'm saying about Dante Fowler.
I'll give you that. Also, when you are guarding the number one corner again, Brown was, yes, I'll give you his man press, and he is high on that. I saw on last time PFF put out the top man press, guys. With that being said, even under a horrible scheme of the Giants, even while guarding the number one, not every time because wide receivers move, for sure, but he still guards the number one majority of the time. He's been a top 10 corner in the NFL in PBUs/interceptions in the last 2 years. So my whole thing is this. I'll give you this. In 2021, he was worse with the Giants than he was in 2020. However, the Giants were worse in 2021 than they were in 2020. But what I'm saying is, for all this, he's been horrible since he's been with the Giants after leaving the Pro Bowl status of Carolina. How is he still top 10 in the most important categories of it?
He made the Pro Bowl as a Giant.
He's not. What I'm saying is, I think some people look at Bradbury like he sucks, and that's why I think he's
Giants fans are salty. I ain't say he sucked.
No, I say he sucked.
I just want you to respect my second corner. That's
okay,
it.
but who's your slot corner?
My second corner. I ain't saying your corner's just trash.
Your second corner not better than my second corner. That's the dispute.
Okay, so all right, let's call it a push. Who's your third score? Who's your third corner?
Jordan Lewis.
Because you need three. Again, we play. What we just say? The NFL
I gotta give you Maddox over Lewis.
And guess what though? Now when we play dime, if we play dime, guess who we might be using too? If he's not playing safety, right? And now you got CJ Gardner-Johnson as your dime piece too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We got the best. We got the best. We got the best cornerback.
Jordan. Hell no. Kelvin Joseph is starting for the Eagles today.
I mean,
we start for the Eagles today, bro.
Kelvin Joseph?
He would be
over who? Over who?
He'd be out there starting for y'all, bro.
Over who?
He'd be starting for y'all.
That's made Mike leave. Y'all just upset Mike leave.
Get that. Man, don't do
it. Starting for us. That's the thing. Diggs had over 1,000 airtime yards put on the top of his head. I know y'all don't like to hear it. It was somewhere around there. I don't know if that's the point. People don't even play around with Slay enough to throw to him. So that shit just come on, stop it.
But when they throw
nobody don't even throw to Slay. They know the window is too tight over there.
Listen, you know Slay's a baller when we thinking about using him on offense.
You know what's funny? I've heard y'all complain about something too. Complaining about the fact that most of y'all, I know why they didn't get a lot of deep passes on Slay. Because he's playing about 20 yards down the field. I heard y'all whining all year.
Yeah.
So no one would throw a touchdown on me too if I was playing back 35.
That's the thing though. Slay been doing this for years. Slay ain't been playing like that his whole career. Slay. Listen, y'all keep talking about all pro. Slay did that like 5 years ago. Slay led the league in interceptions. He did everything that Diggs did. Slay already did. Yeah, but this is the difference.
Been in the league the same amount of years as Jalen
Hurts. This is what I'm telling you though. What year was Slay in? 10 or something like that?
Yeah, look, salute, he a veteran.
And he's still getting all pro votes. Will Trayvon Diggs be getting all pro votes in year 10? He won't.
Yeah, but I don't think we can. All I'm gonna say is though, look.
I mean, it's gonna be it's hard to do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is hard to do at that age.
Yes, we're talking about a body of work. Slay's been holding it down. It's not. First of all, cornerback is a young man's game. It's tough. These wide receivers are running 4.3 speeds out here.
Diggs is in his first season, according to y'all.
Huh?
Diggs that was his rookie season last year.
Yeah, man. Because that first year don't count, right?
Yeah, that first year don't count because he didn't play all the games.
I mean, the thing about it is the first year just wasn't special. What was special about the first year?
No,
he didn't play the full season the first year in 2020.
First year didn't count.
Like Jalen Hurts, right?
No, what are we talking about? He made making the Pro Bowl versus being special and being All Pro. That's different. Now listen, I will give him respect.
Can he develop though?
I will. Yes, he definitely developed. He developed from a Pro Bowler to an All Pro. That's fantastic. He did develop. He did develop.
Oh, it's over?
No. He's like it's not over for him. But 11 picks again, never happening again. I'll bet whatever.
He got it, but see that's the hate.
Not happening again. But that's what made him special, though.
Yo, that's the hate of y'all. People ain't did that in 40 years. So instead of celebrating it like, yo, that was crazy.
Right.
Your first go-through
again.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So
okay. That's saying how we
yo, I ain't seen
it's
that
fluky, though. Is it not fluky? It happens every 40 years. It's not a guarantee.
It's like y'all Super Bowl.
Well, listen. I'll give you that. I heard that little slide. Anyways, listen to this. Here's the thing, real quick, right?
Took y'all 40 years, 50 years to get
but
one.
what you gonna remember more? A Super Bowl or 11 pick season that resulted in you getting the boot in the first round? You gonna remember the Super Bowl?
Never been done before in a rookie season.
Right, J-Tuck, let me ask you this. Though.
He wasn't a rookie.
It was too. According to y'all, it's his first full season because y'all don't care about Hurts' 2020 season, right?
What are you talking about? Hurts played 4 games. Your guy started the whole season.
No, he did not. He was injured in 2020, bro.
But he was slated to be a starter, right? He was drafted to be a starter.
Anthony Brown got hurt, and that's the only reason because we had Anthony Brown, Cheeto,
call him whatever you want. Call him whatever you want. You can call him whatever type of player you want, right? Here's the bottom line is though, as he becomes more of a dynamic cornerback, they'll stop throwing his way, so the interceptions will come down. That'll be credit to his success. However, 11 picks is crazy, but there was a reason. Maybe you could say Anthony Brown was locking up the other side, but quarterbacks prefer throwing that way, and he was making them pay. All I'm gonna say is this: I will not ever say nothing bad about Diggs because of the All Pro and the picks. The yards are can be concerning or not. My thing is this though: asking you guys, you want him to be? You still want him to be more of a guy who doesn't like just shut it down, or more of a guy who just gets interceptions? Because
let me ask you this, Mike. Because you just had mentioned earlier in our first hour of our 3-hour show, right?
Yeah,
about how explosive our offense was in scoring statistically, right? So if we're blowing teams out, we're blowing out the Eagles. We say we're up by 30,
blowing other teams out.
Blowing other teams out besides the Eagles, right? Then what do you think that the focal point of the Cowboys defense is? It's not to get beat over top and give up touchdowns. You can give up everything underneath. So if we're playing by a large victory margin in the third and fourth quarter, why all those yards count against Diggs when he's playing deep coverage?
Yeah, but he gets beat over the top.
Because we broke down the video of it. If I'm in cover 3 and you line up on my side and you run a crosser route, and you break to the other side, is that going Diggs' record? Because that's what PFF counted. That was because DJ Moore versus Carolina. That wasn't his assignment. So if you really want to break down Trayvon Diggs and the yards,
that counted for everybody though. Everybody gets the same. They count for the same.
No, it does not.
So they counted different just for Diggs.
No. If Slay's in cover 3. And Slay's in cover 3 and he runs across, he's going to get credit for them yards too. So it's still different.
It's the same. So I'm saying the biggest plays that Trayvon Diggs gave up, quote unquote, last year wasn't even his responsibility. It's probably like 2. I think one was versus Washington.
All that over the top roasted, Mike. You can't find 5 clips of him just getting beat over the top.
I can find 4. That's pretty many. That's a quarter of the season.
Right.
Not the play where you watched him chase a dude and he didn't score. Send me the play where he got beat over the top like Brad.
Bro, you want the ones from training camp too?
Because a lot of people talk
about the ones that made him deactivate his Twitter. You want those?
Hey man, I'll see you the play training camp
versus New England.
Listen, Slay ain't about to deactivate his Twitter.
Yeah, Slay is playing about that.
I can still tweet Slay.
Hold on, let me ask y'all this. Look, all I'm saying is this though. Somebody who lives and dies off taking risks, right? Here's my thing with this. Here's my thing with Diggs.
It's a coaching philosophy, bro.
Okay, look, listen. He won. I went to Atlantic City. I won today. Tomorrow I lost everything. What I'm saying to you is this: that strategy worked for him last year, and it made some of us.
The 4 games he played in 2020 as well.
Okay, but it also had you guys overlooking some of the straight beat downs he got with just not.
When was it costly? When was it costly?
We didn't excel in the playoffs.
When was it costly?
Diggs wasn't the reason we didn't excel in the playoffs, bro. It ain't.
No,
I think so. I don't think it was solely him. It was a combination of all you guys who was padding y'all stats. It was everybody. I mean, you had 1,000-yard receivers. None of them showed up. You had a 4,000 passing yard quarterback. He didn't show up.
What was y'all running game versus?
You know what I'm saying? Micah Parsons didn't get a sack. That's what he was running game versus. Everybody just didn't do their job.
Our defense showed up in the second half, though.
We were the underdogs. Y'all were the favorites. Zibble is that.
For who? No, we wasn't the favorites, bro.
I'm telling you, I forgot. I didn't look it up.
Everybody picked against us, bro. Everybody.
Right. Let me just get this last thing with Diggs real quick before we get up out of here.
He's better than Slay.
Are you not worried when the risks don't return? Don't get rewarded.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Are you worried about him deactivating his Twitter?
If you consistently getting that many picks, I wouldn't be worried either.
If yards come down, if the yards come down and the picks come down too, y'all not gonna give him props.
Right.
If he starts holding, he would be locked down if that's the case.
He would not, because like I said, bro, look at the whole narrative that was around Jalen Ramsey in his first few years in Jacksonville. He was locked down. He was giving up just as many yards and didn't have the interceptions to go along with it. It's groundbreaking interceptions. The way that they're coaching him is to get turnovers, because that was the whole focal point of last year, coming from 22 to 21.
He got a receiver brother too.
It's the turnover margin. The way they coach him to
so
play.
y'all think Diggs is comparable to Ramsey? Like an honest comparison.
They different. No. As Ramsey said, they two different type corners.
They're two different type corners.
Ramsey's more physical.
If I need a corner that, hey, you got the best wide receiver over there, you playing against DeAndre Hopkins, and I need them in battle for four quarters, I'm going with Ramsey. But if I'm looking to a team that I need to get that ball back and get the ball into the hands of my powerful offense at the time, I'm going with Trayvon Diggs.
And you got to respect that because he got 11 picks.
Right.
Ramsey plays the receiver. Diggs plays the quarterback's eyes. That's his problem, though. That's his problem.
Oh, yeah, that's the easiest way to get beat, but he's won a lot of those gambles. He's won a lot of those gambles.
All I want to say is this. Maybe next year translate to where he's gambling. He's still winning gambles. And he's also he got more room to grow for sure. He got a very
fix. I'm happy. He don't got to get 11.
If Trayvon Diggs allows 800 yards and only gets 2 interceptions next year, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I am too. I'm pissed for you. Yeah. I'm pissed for you because that mean you still getting beat. That mean you still getting beat and you not getting the turnovers to compensate for that.
I mean, but Slay gave up 953 last year though.
Slay what?
Didn't he give up 953 yards total last year?
I didn't look it up, so
I didn't look that up. I don't know.
I know.
But everybody's around that. Listen, it only gets bad when you give up over 1,000. From what I looked up, everybody's always in the 9s. You know what I mean? You're not gonna find nobody that only gave up 600 yards. But everybody's giving up yards.
To get extra 100 or 200 yards for 11.
I don't know. I don't know. They're saying it doesn't happen a lot. They're saying elite cornerbacks don't give up 1,000 yards in the season a lot. That's what they're saying.
So how much did he get? How many touchdowns did he give up? How many?
Diggs or Slay?
I know Bradbury led the league in touchdowns given up. I know that for a fact.
You said what? Diggs or Slay?
I'm talking about
Bradbury led the league in touchdowns given up.
Yes, sir. I can send that to you too. I got a little homework to send you.
That's something y'all made up.
I know that. I gotta see it to believe it. I gotta see that to believe it. I'll believe that.
I got you. I got a little homework to do.
Article says on the bottom, CFT wrote it. we on Microsoft Word. Yo, hold up. Let's get this super chat in, and we're gonna finish it. Shout out to them for rocking with us for 3 hours. I
appreciate y'all. Me and Mike only go an hour, man.
Yes,
y'all didn't pick up the whole afternoon.
LB, sometimes we can go like 50 minutes. But King of Philly said there was 7 teams in the NFL who went 0-2 last year. Neither one of them made the playoffs. Don't make that be you, Cowboys. That 0-2 start is hard to overcome. I don't know why. It's just like statistically.
Because 3-0 is like you might as well pack it up.
Yeah.
Early pack it up. You got to be a different type of, breed to come out of that.
Games work bare minimum.
The Digital Print House said that since 2016, Slay and Bradbury only corners with 15 plus interceptions / 80 PBUs.
You combine.
I didn't know that.
They did the fusion dance to try to make them a Trayvon.
But look, I need to see that James.
That's the piece.
Like, we gonna make it a Trayvon. We gonna get 3 corners.
No, that was 2 corners. First of all, stop playing. Look, Trayvon Diggs is awesome. All right, so I guess y'all gonna say corners are y'all's. I think y'all got the All-Pro.
Here's the fun part. I can't wait to hit y'all with the who the F is that. because y'all gonna be sitting out there like, who is this Deron Bland kid out there cutting up? And I'm gonna drop a video on y'all.
Yeah, we have some good players in camp.
Yeah.
No, Turpin. I like Turpin for y'all. I like the.
I'm mad they got he's gonna.
So does he not factor into our wide receiver core? No.
He's
no,
your
I'm not
special team
factoring
guy.
him in because he ain't make the team because he could catch. He made the team because he can get y'all in. He can flip the field.
He's gonna be part of our offense though.
He wouldn't have made that team if it came on the wide receivers. Y'all kind of deep. Y'all deep. Listen, y'all got semicolon. What's his name? He was burning shit all practice. Semicolon was burning Diggs. I know he making it.
Don't do him like that.
Yo, look, all I'm gonna say is this. That's crazy to have that special team guy that can do that. That goes a long way, especially. And what do you have? Two touchdowns and he.
Yeah,
in the preseason.
Yeah, in one preseason
game.
That
was a good preseason game. I ain't gonna lie, it was hyped like it was a real game.
Bro, it's fun to watch the Devin Hesters or the Dante Halls of the world back, when they can do that stuff.
You got to do it in a real game, though. So
yeah, for sure.
I ain't been making videos on Turpin. I'm just waiting.
Yeah,
you in a real game, though, I'm gonna get unbearable.
I'm interested to see Tolbert, man. Listen, all jokes aside, I always watch the entire division. I just don't watch the Eagles and I just don't watch Dallas. I look at the Giants and I look at Washington. I mean, I don't expect much out of them, but it's always good to look at the competition in the division. So for all these people who be like, oh, y'all ain't talk about the Cowboys, so what? They in my division. They in my division. Why would I not talk about the teams in my division?
That's the game, man. People don't understand. We got to do it.
But J-Tuck will tell you, no. I don't watch no Eagles game.
I don't, bro. Literally, I will be having my tailgate party. Salute to all Cowboys fans while y'all play at noon. I might.
We don't always play at noon.
I might still be.
we got a lot of primetime games now, dog. You trying to say church? You trying to say church still being service when we play?
Yeah, I might still be home yet. By the time y'all kick off, man. You know what I'm saying? So I might have to tune into y'all live stream.
Week two. Monday Night Football. You will be watching the Eagles at nighttime.
I will.
Nah, I probably won't.
Everybody will.
Come
on. You're a football fan, Tuck.
I tell you, bro. I tell you, people get mad at me.
So what you gonna be doing? You're gonna be getting ready for I know you're doing the Kansas thing this year. You're gonna be getting your Kansas stuff ready. You ain't gonna even watch it.
Breaking down film for the Chargers.
I can wait for Tuesday. Monday Night Football.
I might watch y'all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might catch y'all. I'm not gonna sit down and stop what I'm doing to watch the Eagles and the Vikings.
It could be the Jaguars versus the Jets on Monday night.
Right.
I'm watching football. First of all, it's for my fantasy. I'm already messing with the parlays.
I got a primetime game versus the Texans. I ain't watching that, bro.
I'm watching Zach Wilson.
Listen, I'm gonna be at that game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be at that game in Houston. But before we get out of here, make sure though, before we get out of here, y'all tap in with PhillySportsTrips.com, man. Me and Philly Mike gonna be at FedEx Field week 3 when we go out there and take care of Carson Wentz and the Commanders.
That's gonna handle y'all, bro. That's gonna hurt.
Crazy. You crazy.
That's
you
gonna
crazy. It's not gonna break our spirit. Listen. I know Carson Wentz better than anybody else talking this Eagles talk. My man is going to fold. I know him better than anybody.
We've been trying to tell you that for years.
Right, exactly.
Mike, I'll watch that game.
Yeah,
look, watch that game.
The crazy thing is, though, before Philly Sports Trips hit us up with tailgating with them and coming, I had that as the loss for us, but now I gotta switch that shit.
Listen, I'm telling you, man, this getting really changed my opinion about this defense, bro. That is a championship piece. He's fiery. He don't care who he guarding. He make plays. That is a championship piece, man.
Yo,
I like his attitude.
Yeah, listen.
That's all you can ask for.
The way he gets in people's heads and stuff, like that clip that you put where the Bears guy just went over and started buffing on him.
No, he got to punch back though. That was wild. He just let him punch him like 6 times. You got to swing back.
No, what you mean? Let him punch me? I let an idiot punch me in the helmet too.
Nah, dude wasn't doing no damage. I was just like, it looked like he was like, should I hit him?
No, because you got to really understand what happened though. Like it was a whole lot that happened before that. He pulled his mouthpiece out. No, yeah, Gardner Johnson was messing with him the whole time. Yeah. So it looked like dude just snapped, but he was doing like little sneaky stuff. He like Dennis Rodman, bro. He was doing stuff to him the whole game, bro.
Yeah, look, I had a beat.
And then got him ejected.
I had a Saints beat writer. She covers the Saints on ESPN 104.5 or something like that, and she was just saying about like the things he doesn't practice too, just like how he just gets into the opponent's head. It's just nonstop, and it's not even just like jokes like "bro, you suck" or it's like "oh, you couldn't catch the ball." It's like he just irritates people, and it's just a part of his game. He does it on purpose.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I ain't saying he was trash. I just said he's not gonna start on my team.
Yeah.
At slot, at slot, he would. At the slot position,
Coaching staff, Cowboys. Boom.
He would start. He would start for the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all would
he's
cut
better than
somebody.
Jordan Lewis.
Y'all would cut somebody to make room.
Jordan Lewis messed up, bro. I really do. Like
y'all would cut somebody to make room for him.
Not a familiar name that y'all are aware of, but Jordan Lewis is one of our top.
But that's what I'm saying.
Top 5 slot though.
That's what I'm saying.
Lewis is top 5 slot
in the NFL.
In top 5 slot, both of Maddox and CJ are in the top 5 for slot.
Right.
Slot.
Can you send me some stats? I know Maddox there. I'm talking about.
Listen, Gardner Johnson is better than Maddox in the slot. Y'all really don't know who this guy is. Bro, he's better than Maddox in the slot. I'm telling you, bro. A lot of people don't understand who this guy is. Maddox is solid. Maddox has been fantastic in the slot, but Gardner Johnson was probably going to get maxed out of his position if they could have afforded to do it.
Because I don't know for sure, so I'm gonna let y'all have that one. As far as him in the slot, I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. He was. Why you think it made such a big splash? That ain't no ordinary player. But see, look, we don't know about Jordan Lewis. You're right. You're right, Tuck. We don't know about Jordan Lewis. You're right. A lot of people don't, but everybody know about Gardner Johnson. Everybody know about Gardner Johnson
in the slot, though.
Yes, it don't matter. He's a football player. He can play Jordan Lewis position at corner.
No, but let's just say this though. The way the NFL's going, check this out though. The way the NFL's going, they're slot and free safety or slot and safety, especially if you're playing the safety in the box, that's almost the same position nowadays. When the safety plays in the box, what is he doing? He's helping on run support. He's watching tight ends and he's watching those slot receivers that do this, that, and the third, or a running back. So I'm just saying, in general, you're gonna start seeing a lot of slot and safeties that play in the box be interchangeable. It's just the way the league's going.
I respect it.
True.
So I'm gonna look that up for you. We're gonna finish it on the coaching staff and then we get out of here. Let's not make this too long. LB go.
Coaching staff, man. I like their defensive coordinator a whole lot, and that, like, you know what I mean. That kind of brings it a little close for me. I'm gonna edge the Eagles because I think Howie Roseman has more control in who plays and who's activated and moves being made. That's the Eagles, man. It's hard to say it, but Mike McCarthy just ain't good, man. Mike McCarthy just ain't good. I think you know what? I can't do it. I can't say it's Mike McCarthy, bro. I can't give a Mike McCarthy.
Guys say you sweat me, but I'm better than you. That don't even make sense.
How not? We was only supposed to win 4 games.
If we playing pickup basketball and I beat you 2 times in a row, and you look at me and say, "Yo, but I'm nice though," I'm gonna walk away.
If you beat me 2, okay. So how come we were able to beat the Broncos and y'all weren't? That's like me.
No. Wait. Hey, how about this though? Do you know why you beat LB in basketball? Because you had Michael Jordan as your teammate, and he had Scottie Pippen.
Right.
So you're supporting Cass again. Mike McCarthy had a ready team to work with. Nick Sirianni had a retool and brand new squad. Right. You cannot forget that, because the only reason McCarthy got a Super Bowl is because he had that gem next to him.
That just means he learned.
That's not due to Mike McCarthy. That's due to Howie blowing in the draft the last 2 years.
Well, no. Again. I don't know my decision yet either. But I'm going off. CFT said again. You're supporting Cass on that basketball team was better than LB supporting Cass. That's kind of why you won that game.
You don't rate coaches on that. You just rate coaches on what they did head to head. Head to head, he's outmatched them. It is what it is.
No, you don't really rate them on what they did head to head. You rate coaches on how they ended their season.
Well, he ended 12-5.
Right.
All right. So
he did. Right. He definitely did end 12-5. He had the most balanced team in the weakest division in football.
So Jason Garrett was one time one of the best coaches in the NFL then, because Jason Garrett, who again the clapper, he had his bad season and his good season. So that year that was a good season. It wasn't the players. It wasn't this.
And Mike McCarthy one year because he only coached 1 year, and in that year he 0-2. I know it hurt to say it, but
no, you're right. But this is what I would say again. Mike McCarthy's expectations with a ready team was not met, or was fulfilled and beyond.
What is a ready
everybody.
team? What is a ready team?
What do you mean? You already had a franchise quarterback locked up. You already had
an injury, and he didn't play all. He didn't practice all camp because of the shoulder. So
Dak took over. But he had his best season.
Dak was not able to throw all camp,
but he had his best season. You just said that, Tuck.
He did. I know.
You should celebrate him because
hold up.
He came through all that ankle injury, didn't have a camp, and came out shredding versus Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, why do you think we like him so much?
So from week one, this experienced coach that Mike McCarthy knew he already had a quarterback ready to go. Yeah. Dak can have to warm up. You guys have signed people who have made Pro Bowls on all levels of the team.
Well, that's the case,
then you get rid of Carson Wentz.
If the bad roster don't matter, then stop talking about some of these other coaches because their rosters is trash.
But Mike McCarthy's wasn't.
What do you mean?
Our team was good.
Our team was good.
There was only 3 guaranteed slots last year as far as our defense. It was Diggs, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Micah Parsons. Everybody else came out of nowhere. Nobody.
And guess who did that? Your D coordinator, Mike McCarthy, was just eating, not paying attention. He probably getting massages.
But who was the guy who said, you know what? I'm gonna fire my guy and Mike Nolan, who I brought in personally, and moved
Jerry
to
did
Dan
that.
Quinn.
Jerry did that.
That's Mike
Jerry's leadership. You know how to let your generals do their thing. Because Mike McCarthy had an option to let Dan Quinn walk.
Right.
And he knew. That's smart of him to say, nah, you need to stay around here.
Right.
All right. Let me ask you this question.
I mean, I guess.
Listen, let me ask you this, though. Maybe not you guys, but there was murmurs around that the Cowboys might not even bring Mike McCarthy back.
Who tweeted that? Caesars?
Is that true or no?
Who tweeted that? Caesars?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you for that now.
I mean, you can't go off any analysts, right?
Vegas ain't tweeted, ain't happening.
Yeah.
Well, again,
Vegas matters. That's it.
Vegas matters.
That was the rumors, man, that he could be done. Y'all know how y'all do.
Well,
y'all
I got that from y'all.
Rumors he almost done. But that's just
are they true? Are they true?
Our front office is stupid.
Right. That's not a testament to Mike. Because honestly, I said this before on Twitter. If Mike McCarthy was y'all coach, I would be scared.
Why?
Because I feel like with his mentality, bro, y'all would really let him do what he wants to do. The Cowboys do not let Mike McCarthy kind of mirror the team and run the team how he wants to.
How? Okay. So what does a Mike McCarthy Cowboys team look like for you?
Yeah, case in point, offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, right? Mike McCarthy was hired. They told him you can hire anybody you want as far as your coaching staff, except this guy, and he's going to call plays.
So he took a job saying that we're going to do your job for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was out.
So how can it, you know what? And that worked, and they went 12-5. So he really not even in charge of the 12-5. He don't even get full credit because he didn't even get to do anything. My guy had full control and took a 4-win team that everybody and went to the playoffs. I just got more faith in my guy for when it's tough, when it's hard. Mike McCarthy, that play call at the end of the game. What? No. Clock management has been an issue for Mike McCarthy and Green Bay.
Yeah, I agree.
Mike ain't do nothing all year. He ain't call that play neither. They ain't
right. You think that was a Mike McCarthy? You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Mike McCarthy's call. That was Kellen Moore.
All I can say is this, though.
He had the answer for it at the podium.
We ended the season, and there was no questions about our coaching staff. Y'all did, and y'all thought about it.
Yeah.
Because
am I wrong on that?
Because people were trying to hire and take our defensive coordinator away.
Yeah.
And you almost pulled a trigger and said, "Let me keep." You almost made Quinn your head coach, right?
I'll say this. I'll end it like this. If Jerry had his way and contracts ain't matter and trade picks and everything, he would have just hired Sean. But we would have to send the same stuff. It is what it is. Yeah, we all know the truth. He would have hired Sean, but he can't because he retired.
That's what I'm scared of. If you get Sean Payton, then I'm legitimately scared because Sean Payton got the balls to tell Jerry.
Hey, look, you might get some of that.
How you like that though?
You might get some of that next year. If things go real funky, that's Jerry's big joker.
So if y'all smart, y'all better keep Dallas afloat because if y'all break this,
hey, still, I remember what Tuck said. Tuck said we need to break them, and
no, we need to break them. Go get Sean because if we break them, then we just as good. Go get Sean. I want him broke. I don't give a damn about Sean Payton. He's only been to the Super Bowl once with Drew Brees. Go get him.
I don't want none of that.
Yeah, you get Sean Payton and he starts spinning and blowing that cap money and getting them draft picks. Y'all gonna be shook.
The Saints been drafting good too. Like, I don't know if it's all. I don't.
Sean Payton know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Look, that's part of the reason why all the Saints can't. That's why the only reason they didn't bring can't keep CJ Gardner-Johnson is because their cap is screwed because their Super Bowl window was the last couple years, and it's proven. If they didn't, that was an ugly call. They should have been in the Super Bowl, not the Rams. It was the worst call I've ever seen in my life. That was their Super Bowl window. But listen, I mean, T-Rex, they had to let Hendricks go.
I know a guy named Dez Bryant. You crazy?
Shit.
That was the worst
thing Dez called it.
I don't think so either.
No, we're not gonna do that.
It's the Calvin Johnson. But listen, we hit 3 hours. I appreciate y'all guys. Look,
that don't start another beef. I'm gonna let
crazy right. The season is here, bro. Like it's the next weekend we will have football, and so by Monday, someone's going to be celebrating for the week. Some teams are going to be talking about next week early. That's what
I remember talking about your team hella early, probably around 2:00. Y'all gonna
listen.
why do y'all play? Why y'all play them early games like that?
I like playing at 1 o'clock. I get to enjoy my day after.
We're an East Coast team.
Okay. Them local games. So
I hate when he calls it 12 too.
It's like all seriously, I like the local slot.
Respect the Eastern.
If you're Eagles fan in California, you can't even watch it, huh?
Listen, the sun come up early on the East Coast.
Okay,
we ready to get to work early.
It's not like dream team all season that y'all had. You know, y'all kicking it off versus the Lions at noon. Like that's
you're Eagles fan. Philly 500 be watching the Eagles game at 9 a.m.
Y'all going 0-1 though. Y'all beating Tom Brady week 1 with this roster that's just healing.
Yeah.
Tampa got a lot of issues right now, man.
Yeah.
So you got the Cowboys beating Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Rome, you might be the most delusional Cowboys fan I ever met in my life.
No, I broke it down
so it can never be broken. They got a lot of injuries going on right now. It ain't about
what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, they getting.
But they still got Tom Brady.
Y'all ain't equipped for no shootout with Tom Brady. Julio Jones gonna score twice.
If it was that simple, Tom Brady wouldn't have left the Patriots. He need people too.
Right.
He got them. He got a lot of people. He got a lot of people.
Antonio Brown and Gronkowski ain't walking through that door. His starting center ain't walking through there. There's a lot of people hurt.
Right.
And Leonard Fournette weigh my weight right now. He like 270.
You better stop. I drafted Leonard Fournette.
Y'all got listen. Godwin just practiced without that boot on today. Julio Jones is a threat. Mike Evans is still around. You know what I mean? Tom Brady had 5,300 passing yards last year.
So Diggs locked up.
Hold up. You wanted to get Julio Jones.
Yeah,
I saw that one video.
Yeah, I wanted him to be our third or fourth receiver, not a main piece.
He's a third receiver over there.
Maybe fourth.
Not right now.
Yes, he is. He's a third guy over there.
Chris Godwin's gonna be able to play.
Godwin's not
gonna be ready for Sunday.
He will just hit the ground running.
All right, so they got Evans and they got Scotty. They got Tyler Johnson. They got some guys.
Diggs gave up 20 yards.
It had zero he did have an interception that game too. Yeah. No one talks about that game when he locked up Evans.
Locked Evans up.
You know.
So all right, y'all gonna come. All right, so we know we handle the business against the Lions. So
y'all better be Detroit. Y'all gonna hate me.
That JV slot. Y'all better
Y'all don't beat Detroit.
The city will be on fire if you don't beat Detroit week 1.
Ooh, Aiden Hutchinson comes out there.
I might not even make a video. I just gotta watch y'all. I'm gonna watch Mike. I'm gonna watch y'all.
I'll make one from the church parking lot. Why y'all?
I don't know if I'm streaming. I don't know.
I can't stream during the game, bro. Mike, you a G, because I'll be tripping.
I don't know how you do it.
I'll be pissed. I try to keep my composure as much. People still think I'm a crazy fan, but I try to tune it down as little as possible because I'm live. But it's tough.
During a game?
Nah, I can't.
A Cowboys game? Man, I couldn't. They would be like, "Yo, what is wrong with this dude?" I'm telling you,
it's hard staying seated. I normally like to walk around when the game's on, and it's hard to stay in my seat.
I don't even sit down, yo. I'll be standing up right in front of their TV. The only time I go to move from the TV is to fill this up. That's
and I'll be yelling at the screen like somebody can hear me. like straight up.
That's facts. But with that being said, my wife is probably pissed. I was like, I'm gonna run upstairs and do an hour show real quick. 3 hours later.
Straight like that.
Yeah, so appreciate all that. What would you got any final thoughts, LB?
I ain't got nothing, man. Everybody get out of here for y'all get in trouble.
Yo, listen, wifey is crazy. You see me looking at the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So now, before y'all go, man, I appreciate y'all brothers for inviting me on, man.
No, man, no, definitely, man. We gotta hop on one of y'all's, man. When y'all do it too. Pause.
Yeah, facts, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing y'all thing. I appreciate y'all support. Everybody wants us to fight and do all that stuff, man. But these are my brothers in content, man. It's all about us as a community, uplifting the voice, giving y'all something to watch because y'all don't get no 3-hour shows from you know what I'm saying?
Off the humble too. This was 3 hours off the humble.
This was on the whim.
Like, I was in the gym. He tweeted like, "Let's rock." So you know what I'm saying? We jumped on the rock, man. But these guys are my brother. Even though Mike is ducking out on my bet, and he ain't played me in Madden. But that's my brother, man.
You got PlayStation, right, Tuck?
Yeah, I'm on PlayStation. Yeah.
I thought they were crossing sooner rather than later. When are they gonna make that happen?
I've been smoking people lately.
Yeah, Bird Gang run from me.
Crazy.
Low key, I gotta get nicer.
I'm not nice.
You ain't gonna be able to throw with that Jalen Hurts with that precision passing, so you might as well switch to your new team, bro.
No, I don't.
LBB dropping. I saw him just drop like 70 against somebody.
I put up a 70 ball on somebody yesterday. I put up a 40 ball this morning. Tuck, listen, I really played, man. I'm like, I might be like 80 games in. The joint just came out. I'm gonna tell you why I'm 80 games in. I'm 80 games in because people usually quit, and I don't get my full fill. I got to find somebody that can finish it out because I'd be done with people in the first quarter.
Mike, me and you can play and take it easy on me because I'm trash.
Like I played J Tug on 22 just like a couple weeks ago, and he was killing me. Look, he was beating me 21-0, right? I was like,
I got lazy.
I used to be Madden for sure. Like I stopped playing Madden like after like 2021, like heavy with everything I got going on. Actually, since I started YouTube, I really fell off of Madden. That being said, I did come back. I only lost by like 3 or something. Yeah, but I was like this, man. You 21 me. I was trying to quit. I was trying to quit in the middle of the second quarter.
I was just trying to work out some stuff in my playbook. I was trying to get prepared, man. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But I came back, but I lost. But yeah, J Tuck does definitely know what he's doing. He be in that playbook heavy. He be running routes that are hard to defend. So I would love to see y'all go at it, but y'all got Xbox, PS5. It's not gonna happen.
Come on to the dark side, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm P5 all day.
All my army buddies when I play Call of Duty with, we got Xbox.
Okay.
I hear that. Listen, though, until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out. Peace.
Yes, sir.